Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here from Calgary. Uh, just got here last night, and I don't know if we've been even. I don't think I've been here 12 hours. We are still figuring out what's happening. Welcome one and all to the Stock Markets with Bruce channel. I'm your buddy Uncle Bruce. We're here to talk about stock markets in plain English, no matter where we are. But we are in Calgary, Alberta, where it is snowing outside. It has been snowing all night. We have about 4 inches of snow, 5 inches of snow, and still coming down. It looks pretty. Yes, it looks real pretty. But that's about it. That's as far as I'm going on that one. Glad to be inside this wonderful home. Our friends have told us to enjoy, relax, and look after the house, and we are happy to do so. Jen and I partially unpacked yesterday. We couldn't fully unpack because one of our big suitcases, we have two big suitcases, one didn't come out of the conveyor belt yesterday at the airport. And so it's one thing when your bag doesn't show up when you're in Baltimore or in Vegas or in LA, but it's quite another thing when your bag doesn't show up in the customs clearing area of the Calgary International Airport. You have to fill out paperwork with the customs people because they want to know what's in that bag, and you're going, what the hell did we pack in that one? I don't know. I don't do the pack. Oh my God. Anyway, we got that done. That took an hour, and we were exhausted when we got here last night. So, in any event, the bag is going to be delivered sometime later today, we are told, and we'll then have the rest of our clothing. Such fun. It could be worse, so we're all right. I get to Calgary last night. We get out of the customs area. We turn the phone back on after taking it off airplane mode. And I'm just kind of looking around headlines. I take a look at CNN.com, and I'm looking at Market Watch and looking at stock quotes just to see what happened in the aftermarket. There are these headlines: Russian troops apparently shelling a nuclear power plant in the Ukraine. I'm thinking, no, that can't be. Chernobyl has already been captured, hasn't it? No, this is Europe's the largest nuclear power plant in Europe apparently is in Ukraine. And holy moly macaroni, there was that's what was greeting me last night when I got home. I watched my hair there. Look at it all. It's just whatever's left of it. Anyway, crazy. Are you kidding me? Thankfully, we hear this morning that the damage to the structure was not to the nuclear reactors and none of that nonsense. It was to a training area and where there was some troops to guard it, and the Russian troops are apparently now are in control of it, and it's still operating, and there has been no radiation leakage. Whew. So okay, so far so good. But the mere fact that that was going on, that's just insanity. The markets this morning are in the U.S. They want to go down, but they don't really want to go down. Europe markets went down, no question about it, because when this hit the news over there and they started trading, that info was still scattered and they weren't quite sure what was going on, and the markets were nervous, and so we went down. The Europeans dropped off about. Let me take a look here. They're still trading. We're off 3% now on FTSE, 3.2. DAX, okay, FTSE's London. DAX is Germany, down 3.1%. CAC 40, France, down 3.5%. What else? The other indices are 4.5%, 2.5%. I mean, Europe is just completely negative, negative, negative. Asia had been negative as well because they were trading in real time when this is going on. They are off 1.5% to 2.5% across the board, everywhere from Singapore to Tokyo to Hong Kong to Shanghai and everything else. Interest rates for the U.S. 10-year note, that was approaching 1.9% yesterday as Powell was speaking about raising rates. It's at 1.76%. The U.S. interest rates are plummeting on the 10-year right now. This is dramatic. Germany is negative again. Germany went negative. It was negative 2 days ago, went positive yesterday. It's now negative again on its 10-year. And all the other notes for Italy, Spain, UK, and Japan, they're all lower as far as what interest rates are paying. That means that these treasuries are more valuable because cash is looking for a safe place to go when you have events like this happening last night in Ukraine with the power thing. You're going to have money running for safety, and that's exactly what we saw running to the U.S. side. Okay, there it is. Kent is saying, "Hey, good morning, Bruce, from Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, California. Wind advisory today, but it'll be 71 here. Do you miss us yet? Sorry, but that it's windy, which means there's a bit of dust in the air. The hardships of the desert that one must endure. Kent, you hang in there. Guard your family. Take care of yourselves through those harsh winter conditions in the 71-degree temperature area of the Palm Desert region. I wish I was there to, comfort you and wish you all the best. But I have to tolerate the glorious winter situation here in Calgary, where our high today will be 25. And yeah, well, what can I say? Anyway, any bets that SoFi will go under $10 today? I tell you, I ask myself, what's going on with these former SPACs? What's going on with the markets? It is insanity. Bart, I wrote puts before earnings on SoFi for this Friday. Got lucky with a stink bid next morning. Luckily, because I would have been exercised at this price. I don't know, my friends. Abram, welcome. Joanne, welcome. Joanne, wonder why it took an hour for Uncle Bruce to get through customs. He must have had fruit. The good news is that we weren't held up at customs at all. We were standing in the baggage area, waiting for our bags to come off the conveyor belt to then go through customs. We'd already gone through the immigration guys, the first customs people you see that make sure you're eligible to enter the country. That was a breeze. That was a no-brainer, a nothing burger. Then we were at watching the bags come out. 3 of the bags came up, but bag number 4 never showed, and we had to wait till it was all done before we could go to the airline and say, "Hey, our bag didn't come out." Showed them the bag tag the bag it didn't show. They looked up at the system, and sure enough, the bag is still in Las Vegas. They never loaded it on our airplane. How does that happen? We were there 2 hours early. How does that happen? Unbelievable. Apparently it's arriving today, and they will deliver it to us. But you have to fill out customs declarations on the baggage. So theoretically, the bag could be opened by customs for a quick look, and they can decide whether or not to, impose or question what's going on with this bag. But it's all clothing, and they're just probably going to just clear it. But we had to wait that long just to get out of there. Once we left the baggage area, you have to walk past the customs guys and girls with all the bags you have, and they just waved us through. They took the documentation of the missing bag and went, yeah, we'll clear it tomorrow. That was it. Just off you go. So it's a no-brainer. Thank goodness. Bagels, grape jelly. Welcome back to Calgary. On the upside, chair looks cozy. This is a nice looking. It's a nice chair. It's a higher back chair than I'm used to. It's got padded armrests, so I can do this, and my elbows don't hurt. This is wonderful. I like it. Trish to Dish, typical airlines. Andrew, I'm thumbs up number 82. Simpleton checking in. Welcome, Andrew. Simpleton number 82. Nice to have you here. All right. The bag is getting lost every single time, even on direct flights. You would think that with half the amount of people traveling right now, they'd be able to get this right. They only have half the employees. That's the other problem. We're half the passengers, but then there's only half the employees. We were full on this flight. This flight was full from Vegas to Calgary. So probably about 150 of us. And who knows the baggage handling situation in Vegas and then the baggage handling in Calgary, but it was slow. Kiwi, does everyone take a photo of their bags in case they get lost? I'm going to from now on because he said, can you describe the bag? And I'm going, oh, God. It's a suitcase with a handle on it. It's got wheels. It's dark. Then they showed me photos of different suitcases. Oh, it looks like that one. Okay, good. It's a number two. We received an email last night when we got here. Your bag is on the way. Okay, so the airline, they found it. They have it. It's coming to Canada. So okay. Oh gosh, did the COVID testing go smoothly? Yes, it did. We took a cab from the Luxor where we were staying to this testing center. The people there couldn't have been more professional. First rate service. 120 bucks a person. So three of us, $360. You pay in advance when you make your reservation, your appointment. But easy peasy paperwork. They're completely used to Canadians and anyone else coming in for testing. It's like nothing burgers. They were telling us that back in January, it was the busiest back in January because they not only had tourists who had to fly and get tested, locals for employment so when they were being called back to work, they had to get tested first. Yeah, that was crazy. They said, yeah, we've been really, really busy here. And the test, they take that little cotton thing and instead of putting it all the way up into the stem of your brain up here, wherever my brain is, I don't even know because there's so much head here. They just swab barely inside your nose. That's all you need now. And then 15 minutes later, Jennifer Jr., her email goes, bloop. Oh, she's negative. And before I got my email, a young man came up with three pieces of paper and said, here you go. We all tested negative. Each one had her own written version. And then I got my email, and Jennifer got her email. Thank you very much. And you guys have a good flight home. Travel safe. Grabbed a cab back to the Luxor. That was all done. And then up to the room and grab our bags, which were all pre-packed. We had pre-packed before we left for this thing. And one more check of the room, and then we left and took the cab to the airport. And you get there 3 hours early, and it is just organized mayhem, complete organized mayhem. How modern technology is in place on the one hand with luggage checking systems, the airline staffs checking you in, security that you go through, the technology of the planes and the systems to keep you safe in the air. And I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's an amazing man-made accomplishment, a phenomenal accomplishment by mankind. But how we screw it up is also unbelievable and incredible. How we screw up travel to make it so inconvenient, to make it so frustrating, to make it so unenjoyable. It is really amazing. On the one hand, it's a miracle in the skies, and on the other hand, it is an absolute pain in the rear end. For all of this for a 2 hour and 15-minute flight. I mean, that's all it is. It's 1,200 miles. It's just 1,200 miles from Vegas to Calgary. It's nothing. It's shorter than a lot of U.S. flights, within the U.S. or within Canada. It's not a long flight. And the amount of crap you have to go through, and then you come into the customs area. Here in Canada, Calgary, I was impressed. I give them very high marks. The customs area in Calgary looks to be fairly easy, but my daughter told me, Dad, you have no idea the garbage that we have to go through when we come back. And I go, what are you talking about? So she said, right now, Dad, we have Jennifer sitting in a wheelchair because she's got a sore hip. So we've got her in a wheelchair. We get this wheelchair treatment, which means when we come into the customs area, we go where the crew goes, the aircraft crew members. We get to go through customs over there, where she said, when I travel on my own, I have to go over there. And that's where the 250 people, 300 people are waiting in line to see 5 customs agents. how fast can a customs agent go to get you through? Like immigration agents, 5 immigration agents. Now, if you're a full-blown Canadian with a Canadian passport and you're coming back from a trip to Vegas after a week, they kind of know what you've been up to for the last week. Are you coming in with like $20,000 of contraband? Probably not. You're probably broke when you come back from Las Vegas. You got a bottle of booze. That's no big deal. But it still takes 2, 4, 5 minutes a person. Well, if it's 5 minutes a person times 250 people, 5 agents, each one of them's got 50 of them. 5 minutes, 250 minutes, 4 hours. It can be. It could be. If it's 2 minutes a person, if it can be done in 2 minutes, it's still 100 minutes, hour and a half. It can be a minute a person. It's still 50 minutes. I mean, you just don't realize how ridiculous. So my daughter said, Dad, you are so lucky because all three of us, I was pulling the bags. My daughter was pushing the wheelchair. Jennifer was just getting the free ride, loving this. And we went right through the crew thing. We were through in 5 minutes, all three of us, with no problem. But how we screw it up, how we muck it up, how we admin it up is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Making travel an absolute nightmare, a stress thing that is unnecessary. And you try to talk sense. There's no one to talk to. There's no one, and you don't be a complainer. Don't even think about being a complainer because now you are going to be hauled off for even more discussion. So you just shut up and take it and get it done and move on. I tell you, it's crazy. Anyway, what can I say? What can I say? All right. Can you untilt that lamp behind you, please? What lamp? Uh, Water your fiscus plant. Oh, this one right here. Water that, please. Take a bag of the photo. It's contest. Uncle, I'm here. You can start. Good morning, Bagel family. Thank you. Joanne, good morning, Alberto. Larry, sounds like the same COVID test I had when coming back from the US from Mexico. $60 US dollars for that. Yeah, $120 in Vegas. There were 15 places to go, anywhere from $110 to $200 each. Airport, $350 if you really were in a hurry, and you have no other way to do it. You're taken hostage. It is extortion. It is extortion. These tests in Canada, you go to any of the drugstores here, no appointment necessary. Just walk in, tell them you want to get a quick test. They give you a piece of paper and all that, give you an email confirmation. 40 Canadian dollars. 40 Canadian dollars. That's 33 American dollars. On the spot, right now, no matter where you're from, who you are, 33 American dollars. We're paying $120 in a city of 2.5 million people. Dozens of centers to test, and they've all what's the word I'm looking for? They're colluding with each other so that no one offers it for $50, $20. This test, I can tell you that the little things that they're swabbing you with, and they just put it into a little tube with liquid in it, and it turns color. That's it. There's no lab and microscopes and culture samples. And no. It's the paperwork that takes the longest. The swab takes seconds. The thing takes 2 minutes, and then the paperwork to get you the thing. And that's $119 in America, baby. And that's called making money. And oh, yeah, I'd like to see the fancy cars that the owners of that place are driving. My God. Anyway, there you go. Alberto, good morning, Joanne. I love the lamp, says fun. Is there a what? Is there a something spreading for the TSA on COVID? Is there a check spreading for? I don't know. A cheek? I don't know what you're asking me here. Damn it. Oh my God. Uncle Bruce uses the bad hip trick to get through customs. Yeah. See, Jennifer's got a sore hip. So we thought, and Jennifer Jr. said, "Oh, Mom, you gotta use a wheelchair. You want to get through customs easy. As a matter of fact, friends of ours were saying to us, "You got to use a wheelchair. That is the secret to life." And I gotta say, thank God we did, because the distance from the gate in Calgary to customs has got to be, I'm going to guess, 300 yards, 900 feet of walking, at least. There were two moving escalators just to make it happen faster. Um, but yeah, it was three football fields, three football. I'm not kidding. Three football of walking. Now I'm dragging bags with wheels on them, one on top of the other. Jennifer Jr. is pushing the wheelchair. She's young, she's fit, and no problem. Once you got the chair going, it's momentum. But if Jennifer, Auntie Jen, had to walk that distance, she would have been in absolute agony. It would have taken us triple the time, and we would have had to have stopped several times for her just to sit down, and she would have had to sit, I think, on our carry-on suitcase, hard shell thing, because there were no benches. I mean, it is so ridiculous. But it is what it is. We've got this high tech, unbelievable technology, and yet we screw up using it so badly. It's incredible. Anyway, good morning, Bagel Gang from France. Hi there, Michael. Classic move by Jen. It was genius. The only downside was that we requested a wheelchair to be at the gate when we got there. That meant we had to be last off the plane. So you're sitting in the plane watching everybody get off. That takes 15, 20 minutes because everyone's got to get their bag and they're schlepping up. We're in row 5, which is 2 rows behind the best rows. But it was all right. It was okay. And then there's 25 rows behind us coming, and we're waiting at 6 rows, 6 across, 150 people behind us, waiting and waiting. But eventually we come off the plane, and as soon as Jennifer gets off the airplane, there's a wheelchair waiting right there. And there was a young man who was 6'3" and in incredible physical condition, pushing her up that jetway, which is an uphill thing. And he was pushing her up to the terminal. And then he asked, "Are you guys okay from here, or do you need me to keep it going?" Because he would have pushed her all the way to customs, 900 feet. But no, Jennifer Jr. will take it. I got the roll-on carry-ons, and off we went. But yeah, what an experience. Howdy, partner. How you doing, man? Number 103. Good morning. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. If you give us a thumbs up today, let me know what number you are so I can keep track how many thumbs ups are coming in. You guys are awesome. Love you. Love that you're here. We're going to see what happens to this market when we open up here. Uncle Bruce, your backdrop looks like you're back in the office. Welcome back to workforce, buddy. So if I look tasty at these levels, it is. Don't microwave cats. I thought you all had free healthcare up there in Igloo Land. We do, but there are still services you pay for. You pay for dental, you pay for eye care. Now, if you're an employee of a large company and they have a health plan on top of the national health care, then that can cover eyes and teeth and hearing aids. As seniors, depending on where you live in Canada, you can get hearing aid relief. I think my cousin, he needed a hearing aid, and he paid nothing. He got Costco. He went to Costco for hearing aids because they have a hearing aid center in there. Eyeglasses as well at Costco. And I think his hearing aid was free. It was like $3,500, no charge, courtesy of the taxpayers of this country, because it is smarter to have seniors who can hear and drive or hear and not walk across the street when there's a truck coming because they can't hear it. It's cheaper to keep them alive than to not to have accidents and lawsuits and burials and grief. And you take care of those who've taken care of you. And so, yeah, that's true. But the testing, you Americans, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you guys do it. Well, actually, I do know how you do it. Being an observer of people, when I'm just in Las Vegas or anywhere else, and I look around and I see horrific horrific scenes of folks who clearly are in need of medical attention and are not getting it because they either don't qualify or they're in this donut hole that you guys talk about from time to time where they're not well enough off to have it, but they're not poor enough to get it, and they're not old enough yet to qualify, and uh, there's but is it perfect in Canada? No. Is it perfect in America? No. Where would I rather be right now? The USA. I'd rather be in California right now. Anyway, customs agents are trained to know which people are the shifty ones. That's right. They look at Jennifer and go, not shifty. They look at me and go, he's with her, not shifty. There you go. His forehead looks extra shiny. You got that right. There's a light up here. I will be making adjustments after this show because this right here. Look at that. If I do this, there you go. That's not so bad. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? I can do this all day long. Oh my God, unbelievable. Anyway, good morning, Coyote. Good morning, everybody. For those of you who are here, it's great to see you. Now I've got a wheelchair. Ho, ho, ho. There is no perfect scheme. I love it. I love it. Gosh. Make a plain seat turn into a motorized wheelchair. Oh, man. Nate, I'm number 131. Nazareth, I'm 127. Good morning from Shays. Hi, everybody. Midnight Adventure, I'm 137. Welcome, you guys. Nice to have you here. Auntie is still sleeping. I mean, here's some good news. Okay, in Calgary, we're not in the Pacific time zone. We're in the Mountain time zone. So I had to get up local time instead of getting up at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning. I got up at 4:30. But Jen is upstairs, out like a light, and always is sleeping when I do the beginning of this show. But she'll be up a little later. She'll pop by. It is perfect in beautiful British Columbia, says Zed. Nazareth, Uncle 8 Ball, that's your new nickname. 143, says Zed Estate. Thank you for being thumbs up number 143, you guys. It's great to have you here. We are, what are we aware now? Is it 23 minutes away from the opening? Is it that close? Trying to get through it all. Gosh. And folks are welcoming us back and hoping we had a great trip. And it was overall it was a great trip, of course. We left Canada on the 5th of October to start our journey, and California is where we want it to be. That's the place you want to go, is California. We love the desert. Just reading a headline here, U.S. economy added a greater than forecast 678,000 jobs in February. That's good to see. The market for the Dow is still down 325. We've got S&P down 40 and the NASDAQ down 127.5. All three indexes just under 1% lower, but 0.9 and higher, 1%. Crude 111.30, up $3.63. And so that is this morning's level, and we've kind of been around here all morning. So it's kind of telling me, I'm getting the vibe that we really aren't going to get a lot more downside here unless, again, another catastrophic event happens in Ukraine and elsewhere. Okay, let's keep all that in mind. But at the moment, we seem to be level here at these market levels for the indexes. Anyway, on the watch list, let me take a look at some of our favorites. Let me go over these right now with you guys. I am showing Rocket Lab unchanged at 849, which is Bargoon City. SoFi 1042, down 27 cents. Let me look at SoFi volume here. Hang on, there we go. Over there, I'm showing it 1 million volume, and it looks like just a few moments ago, like maybe in the last 10-15 minutes, we were up to 1050, 52 again. So we were about a dime better. So it looks like SoFi was at 10:30 in the pre-market a few hours ago, and definitely a few more than a few hours ago, and now has climbed back, and it's been between 10:40 to 10:52. So we might open, if we open at 10:55, let's say, we're only off 14 cents. That's a nothing burger, but is there a sell wave this morning? I don't know why there would be one. I will note on SoFi, by the way, I read this morning that Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, and Bank of America are the last three recommendations. We know all about the Bank of America recommendation, which is neutral with a $14 price target. Credit Suisse has a neutral rating on the stock with a 15.50 price target, down from 16.50. Morgan Stanley, however, says it's overweight. They're recommending it as a buy, and they're still calling it an $18 target from 20. So they've lowered the target by 2 to 18, but they're giving it an overweight rating. So it's that's the status there. So I don't know if there'll be much of a sell wave coming in here. This could be just pre-market jitters. GameStop down $1.40 to 117.01. AMC off 21 cents. Matterport is off 15 cents to 7.07. 23andMe is down 1 penny, 4.05. Spire is up a couple of pennies at 2.06. ATIP looks like it's up about a dime to 185. Nothing on SmartRent yet. Cyxtera, I'm not sure if that's accurate. Well, it does show down 53 cents at 11:30, but I don't know if there's any volume behind that trade. Usually there isn't. Apple is down $1.36 to 164.87. We got Goldman Sachs down 568. Goldman is getting sucked lower because European banks are getting hit hard in Europe. The trading in Europe, as I was saying earlier, we're off 3%, 3.5% on indexes over there. European banks are assessing, and investors are guessing, how bad off are European banks with this whole Russia thing, with the sanctions, with Russian debt being considered junk. How much money is owed to these banks? Can they recover loans, assets? Is there maybe a 1-year moratorium before any payments are made? The ruble for Russia is crushed. The economy in Russia will be off dramatically, and unemployment, and on it goes. So bankers in Europe are caught up in this European zone banking environment and business environment, and it doesn't look good for their earnings. By the way, cheers everybody. Caffeine-free Diet Coca-Cola is here. Thank you. Went to a Walmart last night on the way from the airport to the house. 3 2-liter bottles for $5 Canadian. That's $1.65 a bottle Canadian. That's like $1.10 US for a 2-liter bottle of caffeine-free Diet Coke. $1.10 American. Are you paying $1.10 American for your Coca-Cola product? I don't think so. I didn't see it down there for $1.10. I saw deals two for $4, $2 a bottle US in California, plus taxes and everything else. $1.10 American for 2-liter bottles. Unbelievable. Anyway, so it loaded up on some groceries, so we were okay. And bagels. We got some bagels, but we have to go to Costco later today because we bought a package of 4 sesame seed bagels. Look very good, actually surprisingly good in a pre-packaged package. I have no idea who made them. We're going to find out how good these are, but we'll hit Costco later for official acquisitions. It is starting to turn into daylight out. I have a little window over here, and I can just see up here it's a miserable, cloudy looking and snowy day. So welcome to countdown. I got up at 9 o'clock. Says nice, Mama babe. You mean taking over the largest nuclear power plant in Europe does not do it? Andrew, ATIP was upgraded by benchmark company target $4. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I didn't see that. I haven't seen these upgrades. The last I looked though was about 40 minutes ago. to see what upgrades were being issued, and I hadn't seen one for our friends at ATIP. But I tell you, we'll take any good news there. Bring it on. I mean, come on, man. Unbelievable. But no, I don't see any. Just looking at the list here of potential upgrades, and I just don't see the name ATIP anywhere on this list. But hey, I'll take your word for it, and I'm happy that you've let us know on that. I appreciate it. All right. See how that goes. So ATIP, okay, up about what 183 now. 183 up 8 cents. Okay. Smart Rent no change. Sextera down 53. We've talked about this. Apple down 144, Goldman down 475. There we are, the banks. And we got Cisco down 37 cents. We have Tesla down $2.87. ARC Innovations at down 97 cents to 62.30. And Microsoft off 262 to 293. There you go, guys. See how this is going. Hopefully, those of you who are watching GameStop closely were able to make some trades on your call options. I know that yesterday morning we had a number of our viewers who were letting me know that they were able to cover call options they had written on their GameStop shares. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear about that. Magic 8 Ball, where should I put my stink bids on SoFi this morning? That's a darn good question. And I wish I had an answer for you, but 1047 is the pre-market last trade that I'm seeing on over 1 million shares this morning. Although, again, I bet you a lot of this is just turnover trading. Yeah, the Dow, I mean, we're off 344 on the Dow. Let me just triple confirm that. Yeah, 340 on the Dow. We're off 42 on S&P. We're down 132 on NASDAQ. If we're going to open at this level and go lower from here, if that were to happen, then SoFi could go lower with the market. On the other hand, if we kind of open at these levels that I've talked to you about, which is just around 1% off on these indexes, which is far better than Europe is doing right now, because Europe is still open, this could cause a rally in Europe and cause a rally here as an echo. And we might recover half of these losses on these indexes just in the first half hour. That in turn could affect a whole bunch of our former SPACs. And we may have a rising tide lifts all boats. And that could push SoFi back to 11 and more, because it wouldn't take much for SoFi to go through 11. The question is there truly panic selling waiting to come into SoFi from investors that think that a nuclear accident in Ukraine, which didn't happen, should affect SoFi in some way? I mean, how do you put that together? There's no rhyme or reason to it. Anyway, that's what I'm wondering about. Beach Boy, glad you're all safe in Calgary, minus one suitcase, as I plan on going to Tel Aviv for the anti-Putin demonstration in front of the Russian embassy tomorrow night. Is this world crazy or what? Unbelievable, my friend. Unbelievable. That was my thought. Bama, says Andrew. Joanne, Beach Boy, please be safe. Bama, I don't know what that means. Joanne, babe, Bama, I'm sorry, I missed what you were referring to. Kiwi, why is ATP trading in the pre-market? Why can't it trade to pre-market? Why not? Anyone have thoughts on Alibaba stock? Nothing good. Nothing good. Folks, you want to avoid Chinese investments at all costs. And I'll tell you why. What we're wondering, what's going to happen this next few days, the Chinese Communist Party Congress is happening now, about to start in Beijing. I think it's 8,000 delegates from around the country come in to basically rubber stamp what they've already decided they're going to do at the upper level. These folks just get told what they're going to do and they go, oh, okay. And then, that's how they collect their checks. But what we don't know yet and what we're waiting to find out is we're waiting to find out exactly what kind of language this party manifesto for the next year will use with regards to Taiwan. And if China has any plans to mess with Taiwan, That could affect world markets. It could affect Chinese debt ratings. It could affect Alibaba's, I mean, everything. Now, if they come out and having watched what the world did to Russia, China backs off and goes, it's not time to mess with Taiwan right now. It's time to let the world pick on Russia. It's in rather than us. That might be the wise course of action for these guys. On the other hand, they may be so arrogant over there that they're going to go forward and denounce Taiwan as a breakaway republic, and we have to bring it back in. And then the thinking could be, oh wow, they might make military maneuvers that could threaten the sovereignty of Taiwan. The markets will not react well to that. So Alibaba, I would not touch Alibaba at all. Nope, 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 nope. Just don't want to do it. We just don't drink soda. It's too bad for the teeth. Yeah. They told me that since I was like 12. Your teeth will all fall out. You know what I find about my teeth? As long as you keep spending thousands of dollars a year with your dentist, they're still there. There you go. Michael, I don't want a large farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola. I don't want a large farva. Michael, you've lost me here. You got using lingo I don't understand. Spire earnings next Wednesday. Let's see what happens with that. Daniel, ATP ever going to get a new CEO? I think some of our viewers have tried to become CEO. I have no idea. Marcus, I'm number 173 for your thumbs ups, buddy, and it's great. And I'm greeting you from Germany, Marcus Baumann. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, B. Gates, and Willkommen. There we are. There we go. Fantastic. Rumbler, so much snow here in Edmonton. Michael, they were killing firefighters trying to put the fire out. Sad. Unbelievable over there. Nick, Bruce, I'm number 175. Good morning, sir. Glad you reached safely to your destination. Hang in there, buddy. Nice to see you, too. Nice. It's from Super Troopers, the movie. Drink a whole thing of maple syrup. Whew. Yeah, I don't watch that stuff. Okay. Thank you. 18 minutes till we open for trading here. GameStop 117.10 down 131. And what's going on? Let's see here. There we go. SoFi 1045 last trade. It looks like. See if that's 1045, 1046 right now. And what else is going on? No idea what's going on. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here and seeing us and visiting with us and everything else. We're going to see how this market wants to open up and trade in 17 minutes. 313 drop on the Dow, 39 on the S&P, 121 on NASDAQ. We're down 0.87 to 0.92 of 1 percentage point. We're up 356 on the crude in Texas, 111.23. Gold is at $1,950, up 14 today. Anyway, so opinion. Here's an opinion coming across. Businesses subject job candidates to so many indignities, and then they wonder why they can't find people. We want you to do a drug test. We want to check your credit rating. We want to check this. We want to do that. Oh, and we pay $30,000 a year. You lucky bastard, come and join us. And the people saying, no thanks. I think I'll stay home with Uncle Bruce and write stock options, and I'll bring in triple the amount of money you're offering me. And I don't have to deal with you people. How about that? Let's do that instead. Anyway, Alberto, thank you for this donation, my friend. Uncle, thank you for answering my question. Baby powder will minimize the shine. Sincerely, yeah. This light up here, it is just shining straight on me here. This is not a studio. This is an office in the house, and if I sit here like that, how about like that? Is that better? Are you happy with that? I'll do what I can. I just got here 9 hours ago. Thumbs, hit the thumbs. Uncle Bruce speaks German. Ho, ho, ho. Uncle Bruce has an office now. Damn it, I did it again. PayPal, PayPal, PayPal from here on out. Yes, thank you, all of you. Those of you who are Uncle Bruce Talk Therapy, those of you who are making donations to this channel, you guys are the best. I love you. I really do. Jen and I are so grateful because it's the lifeblood of this thing. Being members is the big one, and then donations are just over the top. But yes, if you make a super chat, which we don't mind, we get 70% of that, and YouTube gets 30% of that. It goes to Google. And we have to wait until the 21st of the month of the next month when they pay us, because that's when YouTube pays all creators. It's the 21st of every month. So today is the 4th of March. This payment, this donation will be in our hands the 21st of April. Yeah, the 21st of April, because this is the 4th of March, and everything in March will be paid April 21st. So fair enough. We know it's coming. There's a donation coming. It's in the system. It'll come out. But for those of you who make a donation to us through PayPal, while you don't get to see that pretty little bar going across, my phone will go bloop, and I'll notice that right away. PayPal donations, Jennifer and I, we get 96% of any PayPal donation that you make to us. And the link is down below in the description. And it's instantaneous. It's literally in the account. I could do a transfer from that account to my checking account in an hour, and it would be available to use on a debit card or a cash withdrawal from an ATM or anything like that. So it's 96 percentile, 96% to us versus 70%. So it's a 26% difference. So even a $10 donation that some of you make to us, which is, thank you, $2.60 more comes to us if you do it through PayPal than if you do it through here. So huge difference. $2.60. Now, whenever someone makes a $100 donation, that's $26 difference between what we get and what we don't get. It's really phenomenal. And so again, thank you all. Super chat, great. Super sticker, great. PayPal donation, greater. We thank you, and welcome to the channel. It's just great. If you're a member of the channel, if you're a member, a Chilling with Bruce member or a Gold Bagel member, like right here, it's either $10 a month or $25 a month, depending on which member levelship you want to take. We get 70% of that as well. The YouTube takes 30% off the top of this as well. Just so you know, that's how they make their money. Now, look, I'm broadcasting around the world, and they're paying me to do it through ad revenue, which is like that. It's a fraction of a penny per viewer that comes to me ultimately. But again, it's once a month on the 21st of the next month. So we survive, Jennifer and I, on this channel from memberships right here, knowing that there's a certain number of you here who do that, which then lets you do this right here, commenting, just pointing here, commenting over here. And of course, the trading alert that I do every morning before this show, and of course, Wednesday's primetime show. So you get a lot of benefits if you're one of these guys. And being a Chilling member, of course, you're doing this right here. And we thank you, and we thank you. And so keeping us going and keeping us on the air. It's great. We do not survive. There is no way that I would be able to do what I do. 2 live shows a day, 5 days a week, plus Wednesday night show and the pre-show, if I were trying to live off of the advertising that YouTube pays us, because there's no advertising on the pre-market show. There's no advertising on the Wednesday night primetime show. The only advertising you get subjected to, in theory, is this show in the morning and in the afternoon. And I think we make about $25 to $30 a day That's all it is to us. It is nickels and dimes, and that's 5 days a week. So, so no, the advertising revenues that are coming in are not. I don't have 200,000 people watching every second of the day what's going on here because we talk about writing options a lot, and that is a niche area of the market without question. I am not. When I talk about you writing stock options and making all kinds of money on that, which a number of you folks are doing well on, there is no massive market for that in the overall marketplace. If I were just to talk to you about, try to sell you some kind of a notion that, well, if you buy this stock today, you'll be a millionaire tomorrow because it's going to go through the moon, I would be going through viewers like crazy. Just I'd get them and I'd lose them, and I'd get them and I'd lose them, and I'd probably have more views, but I'd have no consistency, and I wouldn't have. Only 1% of you would stick around to keep listening to me on that kind of nonsense. 99% of you would eventually give up and go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He keeps talking about a stock that's going to make me a millionaire in one trade. Good luck with that. And so I've picked my niche where I'd really like to talk to about writing stock options. And I have my favorite stocks that I like to watch, and I talked to you about those. And that's how this channel operates. And so welcome one and all. Thank you, Alberto, for everything. As always, your generosity is phenomenal. You look like you're in a business center of a hotel. Yeah, there's nothing behind me, right? It's kind of a generic thing. And yeah, my buddy, the friends of ours that Jennifer and I have, they've opened their house up to us, and they cleaned out the office knowing I would be here. I would be doing this. And they didn't want to have anything cluttering it up. So so it looks a little generic. And I got here last night, as it was. I'm just going to check something right here. Right now, we're getting ready for the daylight is coming, and I'll show you here. See if I can pop this up. Check this out. Let's go for a little travel. Let's go for a little trip here. This is the outside world. I don't know if you can see that very well. That's what we're looking at right here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, that's what I got here. That's Calgary right now. So not great. But it's warm and dry in the house, and the coffee maker worked perfectly, and we slept. We slept rather well because we were bloody well exhausted when we got home last night. It was a long, stressful day, and so we're just great to get that done. I am really looking forward to a nap later today. And I'm looking forward to going to bed tonight knowing I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. to be with you tomorrow morning, being Saturday. I'm kind of looking forward to that. And so welcome one and all to the channel. We are opening in 7 minutes. And so thank you all for being here. He sure looks like he's working in a cubicle. Companies are scrapping IPOs amid Russian invasion. That's right. And working in the cubicle in plain English. Snow. Bruce is wearing pants. That is a beautiful view. I love seeing snow. This would be a good spot for a gaming setup, Bruce. He could play Elden Ring. Well, at least your hockey team is good. Yeah, until last night when the last place Montreal Canadiens showed up and beat the Flames in overtime here in Calgary. It just blows my mind. They had a chance to set a franchise record, 12 straight wins at home, and they lose to Montreal, the worst team in the league, 5-4 in overtime. So they played down to the level of their opponents sometime. This view reminds me of Poland in the winter. Seeing snow is better than being in the snow. No lamp for you. Next, preach it, Bama. That's why I live in the South. Bama, babe, 80 degrees here in Alabama. Jason, it's nice to have friends like that, Uncle Bruce. Hopefully they have you some bagels as well. They play down to their opponent. It happens. That's what the Flames do. I wouldn't mind an extra 20 degrees of heat where I am in Pennsylvania. I hear you there. Splair, Uncle Bruce, a nap after the show maybe would be an idea. And GW, I would pay so much to see Uncle Bruce play Elden Ring. And Angela, we're having missing leaning lamp withdrawals. Just give me a couple of days to settle in. Just give me a couple of days to settle in. We only got here last night at 8 or 9 o'clock last night. It's 7 in the morning here. I haven't even been here 10 hours. I don't know where everything is. Give us some time. We'll figure it out. Oh, my gosh. The Rangers play down to their people as well, says Michael. Their opponents. They do the same darn thing. It's crazy. All right. We are 5 minutes away from Larry Titus hitting the bell for us. And welcome one, welcome all to the show here. Cheers to all of you around the world joining me this morning. It's great to have you. Oh, caffeine-free Diet Coke. Goodbye, Pepsi. Oh, my God. It was so nice to throw that bottle in the garbage at the airport yesterday, that Pepsi bottle. The 1 liter bottle, it cost me $6.75 American to buy in the lobby of the hotel. $6.75 for a 1 liter bottle, just about around a quart, half of the 2 liter size that I just bought yesterday of caffeine-free Diet Coke for $1.10 US. Welcome back. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Obama, Uncle Bruce pronounced wee tumpka, long E, short A. So wee tumpka. Thank you, Bama, babe. Great to have you here as always. It's a Creek Indian name. We have one of those, their casinos here, Gotcha. A Splair, that sounds like after selling in a lamp could appear. Should we call the hotel in Palm Springs? Not that they're missing one or anything. Bama, their casino. Midnight, stink bid inserted to buy back my covered call. Bruce, you were right. I need to leave these alone until they're back around 20. I'm done with irresponsible trading. That was too close. There you go. Experience, my friend. Experience. You get better at it as you do it more often. Alberto's laughing. Yeah, the key here is to be a patient person when you're a writer of contracts. You write the contracts, you put them out there, you get your best offer, you score your cash, and then you cross your arms, say, "Oh, you want my money back? You want money back? I'll buy these calls back, but at the price I'm prepared to pay." That's the attitude you take on these, and sometimes you wait right till Friday. Today is Friday, and you put in a stink bid to buy them back, and they will shrink out as time disappears. Of course, depending on the price of the contract and the exercise price and the price of the stock. You may have a book value issue, you may not. Anyway, there you go. We'll see how you do. We got 2 minutes to go, and then we're going to open for trading. And let's see what happens. I see SoFi right now at 1066. Just trading at 1060, down 2 cents now on a total of 1.3 million volume. 1063 right now on SoFi. So it looks like a little jump there. Let me take another peek at the watch list here for our stocks. I'm showing Rocket Lab unchanged. It was just up 2 or 3 cents there a second ago. SoFi down a nickel, now down 2 cents to 1067 on SoFi. GameStop down 231 to 116.10. AMC down 33 cents to 1773. Matterport is off 9 to 712. 23andMe is off 1 penny, 405. No change on Spire. We're up 6 on ATIP to 181. We're up 7 on SmartRent, 619. No change on Sextera. Down 184 on Apple. Down 530 on Goldman. Down 23 on Cisco. Down 813 on Tesla. Down 72 on ARC Innovation, and down $1.87 on Microsoft. That's what we've got in the pre-market right now. Larry, help start the matrix. Jeff, once again, waiting till expiry on Friday would have paid off nicely. Again, you just sometimes you take profits when you take profits and you move on. It's okay. We are ready to open at any moment, waiting for everything to come through right here. Here is Larry hitting the bell, so it's official. 1067 last trade on SoFi, looking a lot better than a few minutes ago. Getting the markets up here to see how we're doing. And let me see if I can bring this unit in a bit closer. There we are. At the moment, we are just opening it up. It looks like we're off 355 on the Dow to start, but let me wait for an official quote. Yeah, that looks kind of accurate. Hang on, trying to get my big ass iPad to work properly. There it is, and there it isn't. Come on, man, let's go. Rocket Lab looks like it's up 3. SoFi up a nickel to 1074. GameStop up 8 cents, now up 59 on GameStop. The Dow's down 347. Rocket Lab down 2. SoFi down is up 1 now. GameStop up 59. AMC down 4. Matterport down 2. ME down 4. Spire up 1. ATIP up 8. Smart Rent down 8. Cyxtera down 14 cents. Little this, little that. True, a win is a win, says Jeff. Alberto, Larry, thank you. Zed Estate, thank you for this donation here. I bought back my $140 GameStops for $1, making $3.50 a share. Do we write again going into earnings? I wouldn't be afraid of it. If the shares want to reach into the 122, 125 level this morning, get ready to write 125, 130s for next Friday. And grab some premiums, Zed. Keep an eye on this market and see what happens. Nice buyback. Well done. Scoring a little gain there. I love that. That's a nice gain, actually. Unemployment rate falls to 3.8%. Hourly U.S. wages up a penny for last month. That's interesting. We are now down. Here we go. We're down 359 on the Dow. We're down 36 on S&P. We're down 73 on NASDAQ. Now down 67 on NASDAQ. We don't have a real huge sell-off here. It looks bad, but it actually isn't. Noticing that the Nasdaq's only down a half a percentage point. It was down almost a full percent in the pre-market. It's only down a half now. S&P down 0.84. The Dow is off 1% at the moment, but I don't know if that's going to last very long. That may not last very long. 119.57 to 120 now on GameStop. We're over $1 higher. SoFi 1062 down 7 cents, and Rocket Lab is up a penny. AMC is down 8. Matterport up 7. ME down 4. Spire up 0.7 of a cent. ATIP up 11. Smart Rent down 8. Cyxtera down 14. We have no consistency on our former SPACs. They're all over the place right now. The Dow down 383 would appear. Yep, 383. S&P down 38 and NASDAQ down 72. Oil is up 421 a barrel to 111.88 in Texas, pushing 112. Kind of like yesterday morning, day before yesterday, even on Monday or on Wednesday morning. We were pushing as high as 114 in Texas. Now we're pushing 112. We'll see what's going on here. Way to go, Zed, says Jason. Making money. Well done, sir. Fantastic. I just cannot tell you how happy it makes me when you guys let me know that you were able to buy back covered calls, and you're making $250 on a call. You've made 400, 800, 600, 700. And then some of you are fortunate enough to score that kind of a gain on 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 contracts or more. Nothing makes me happier to see that. That is vindication of what we talk about here all the time. Writing call options as they depreciate out in the last 3 weeks of their lifetime, last 4 weeks, is a great way to go. And it is paying handsomely to some of you here, and I could not be happier about how this is going. It's absolutely nice. Fabulous. When is the next GameStop earnings? Wasn't it the 8th? Is it next Tuesday? That's what I was thinking. Jason Loss, thank you, says Zed. Thank you, Jason, for those kind words. 386 now on the Dow, 399 lower. Rocket Lab down 1 penny. SoFi up 14 cents. GameStop up $1.05. AMC up 8. Matterport up 12. ME down a penny. Make it 3 pennies now. Spire is unchanged. ATIP up 20 cents to 195 and a half. Smart Rent down 8 and Sextera down 14. So we got a bit of movement on ATIP on 108,000, up 20 cents. No resistance at all to go up 20 cents already. Okay, keep it going. When and this never mind. Why is ATIP alive? They got a buy recommendation with a $4 price target apparently. Is one report. Let's see. March 23rd for GameStop earnings, Bruce. March 23rd. Interesting. Rocket Lab is looking good, says Cindy. 854 up 6. SoFi up 29 to 1098, going for 11 as I suspected we could. SoFi volume so far this morning is now 5.3 million in its positive volume. Going up, we're moving up. GameStop 120.25 up 184. If it gets into the 122 range, 123, 24, look to write contracts. Why not? AMC 18.23 up 17. We got Matterport up 19 to 740. ME down 4.5 cents. Spire at 206 up 2 cents. ATIP up 20 to 195.10. 195.1 cents. So 195 a share up 20 cents. Smart Rent down 8 and Sixtera down 14. Robinhood is up 24 cents. Vanik is down $1.49. We got the Home Depot down $3.77. IBM down $1.10. Microsoft off $1.89. Apple down 84 cents. Goldman Sachs down $5.33. Cisco down 70, Facebook up $1, Amazon down 11, Tesla up 650, Google down 19, Bed Bath Beyond up 3, BlackBerry up 3 cents, Royal Caribbean at 70.46, down $1.39. Norwegian is off, Carnival is off. Target up 15 cents, Costco down $12, Nvidia down $1. American Airlines down 30 cents. Netflix up $5. Moderna up 18 cents. So few moves here and there. We're now down 350 on the Dow. A little recovery coming in on the Dow. We'll see how strong this is, how widespread. We've got S&P down 35. We have NASDAQ down 52. NASDAQ is off only 0.4 of a percentage point now. It's the best performer. S&P down 0.84. The Dow still down 1%. Okay. And the Russia stated no more rockets for the United States. You could see this benefiting Rocket Lab. Yeah, I mean, anything can, it's possible. It's possible. Immediately, no. Because Rocket Lab is not into heavy lifting rockets. Rocket Lab is a smaller engine producer of rockets. They launch much lighter payloads to space. So I wouldn't specifically equate that. We have a 20,000 wall at $11 on SoFi. It has been eliminated. It's being destroyed. Very good. 1090 at the moment on SoFi. Hopefully it'll take a run through 11 and just keep on going. We're up 21. Rocket Lab is up 4. GameStop 119 even, up 59 cents. AMC at 18.26 up 20. Matterport up, down now, only down 344. We were down over 400 a while ago. Here, the U.S. never bought rocket engines from Russia, just a toothless paper tiger threat. It is basically part of the cooperation program between the Russian space program and NASA. And Russia may be withholding NASA participation. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. 1086 on SoFi, 851 up 3 on Rocket Lab, 119 on GameStop. So there you have it. I got 100 more SoFi. It keeps staying here. I'll keep accumulating, says Nicholas. And I think that's a good move. I absolutely do believe that that is a move worth going after. Thank you, everybody, for thumbs ups today. We have 228 already on the show. Appreciate that support. Keep them coming in if you can. We do love this. And thank you, all of you, for all of you who are members of this channel. Uh, Fabulous that you're here. I've got Odin's Pumpkin is a member now for 11 months. Congratulations, Odin's Pumpkin. I just see the notice here on my YouTube channel report. Nice to have you. It's been great to have you as a member, and thank you for the 11 months of loyalty to this channel. If any of you get an opportunity to send me a message like that where you can highlight the message, that is beautiful. Thank you all so much. I can't highlight the message on my screen with my StreamYard. It doesn't show on StreamYard. So I have to go to the YouTube site and I see these messages that you've posted. Thank you, all of you, for being loyal members of this channel, now approaching, some of you approaching a year, which is just fabulous. As a matter of fact, in 12 days, it will be 1 year that I launched the membership drive for this channel. It's been one hell of a year, and thank you all who are still here with me. Man, it's amazing. Maybe my Apple stink bids will fill today. I've been chasing them all week. What is Apple doing now? Down to 128 to 164.94. So if you're trying to buy back calls, yeah, baby, it's going the right direction for you. Earnings for GameStop, March 24th. Okay, Karim, good morning, Uncle Bruce. The Fed says they should have moved earlier. Does this mean with a taste hike, could this lead to recession? No recession, but we might go up a quarter point, we'll probably go up a quarter point in the next 10 days. Cindy, check out Matterport, January 23rd, $2.50 calls. I'm showing 475. Is that right? I have no idea. Matterport itself is trading at 716 a share. Well, you might be showing 475, but that might be a trade from a few days ago. That might not be a current trade, but I'm not sure if that's a bid ask you're referring to, Cindy. I don't know. 236 thumbs ups. Miraculous says, thank you. Dave, Apple will announce new products Tuesday, chasing that hype. Michael just bought back my apples for $3 each. Hopefully, you made up some money there. Way to go. Good job. 15 days left to Splair until it's a year for me. I was first overthinking the situation when you launched it because I never paid YouTube even ever before. Still, I don't have YouTube Premium. Right on. Thank you, Splair TV, for sticking around all this time. It's fantastic. Love it. We're showing now the Dow down 378, Rocket Lab down a penny, SoFi up 2, GameStop off 80 cents, AMC off 3 cents, Matterport down 2. We got a sell wave going here. ME down 8 cents, Spire down 1.5, ATIP still up 12, Smart Rent down 20, Cyxtera up 32 cents. Jumping around, Cyxtera just popped 32 to be at 12.15 on 11,000 volume. Nothing. I see 530 for Matterport, Jan 23rd, 2.5, says Foles. So he's got an accurate, fresh quote, and that would make sense to me that the other one might have been a trade from a day or two or three ago. Your guess is as good as mine. There you go, kids. We are going through this opening here. Gosh. European stocks have the worst week in 2 years. Oh my gosh, worst week in 2 years for the European stocks. Interest rates right here, 1.73 for the U.S. It's dropping again. Yields are dropping, and in Germany, they're negative and going further down. They're off in Italy, Spain, UK, and Japan as well. So treasuries are dropping. Let's see, European stock market still off 2.5 to 3.5 to 4%, depending on where you look. Not good. Down 357 on the Dow, now 374. And we're up $5 a barrel on Texas crude, 112.87. Around these parts where I am now, oh, are they giddy around here? With oil prices doing what they're doing, my gosh, that is a huge economic hit, positive hit for this region. Oil and gas around here is a big deal, and Alberta, it's the lifeblood of this province's finances, and these kinds of prices coming in right now are just stunning to see at such a short period of time. As you know, I have been telling you out there, there is no shortage of fuel out there. In my humble opinion, there really isn't, and yet we're trading way up here. By the way, shout out to LL432, member for 12 months. Let's go, fabulous. Thank you for that message. And Dave the Mac guy, way to go, buddy. Member for 12 months is a gold bagel member, which, again, I love you guys for this. LL432 is a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. Dave is the gold member. Only a few more days until the new bagels. The colors will change on your, right beside your name. The logo will change. Thank you all so much for your following and loyalty to this channel. It's just fabulous. Thank you, guys. It is beautiful. Bill, I've been here for a year, but away for 2 weeks, and Bruce sounds he has no bed behind him and sounds like he has a cold. Did he and Jen head to the Ukraine to help with the bagels? Oh, Bill. We're in Calgary now, and we're hanging out at a friend's house through the generosity of our friends. But our friends are saying, you guys are the generous ones. You're babysitting our house while we're away for the winter time. And so it's a sweet arrangement both ways. We're house sitting in Calgary, and we're plotting our next move for our travels. Nazareth, when your dome shines like that, we can't help but be hypnotized and stay members forever. You will become members of this channel. This shining thing here reminds me of flying into Vegas the other day from LA when we flew in from just over Highway 15 there, I-15, just outside of near Prim at the the Nevada-California border. They have 3 of these gigantic solar arrays where these solar panels are all aiming the sun's rays that come down to them. They're reflecting it back up to these towers. There are these 3, they must be 20 stories tall each, these towers. And on the top of these towers are these lighthouse type reflecting mirrors that are absorbing all the reflections from these solar arrays. And so the sun's heat is hitting the solar panels or these panels, then shooting up to the I don't know what that thing is, heating up whatever liquid is in there to unbelievable temperatures. And then that liquid is shot through turbines as it releases unbelievable power, like the steam turbines, creating electricity. There's 3 of these things beside each other, and they're so impressive to see from the air. From 20 miles away, you can see them looking out the jet window. And you're going, there they are. There's those 3 solar arrays generating all this amazing power. It is something to see. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of right there. It just that white light, it's so mesmerizing. Bill, sorry for the typo. The travels sound exciting. Dave, the Mac guy, so you'll come to Edmonton and dog sit for me? No. Nazareth, market-wide sell-off right now, says Nazareth. Down 450 on the Dow, that's a sell-off. 557 on S&P and NASDAQ down 179, that's a sell-off. All indexes are down 1.3% simultaneously. That's a sell-off. Yes, oil up 557 to 113. That is a selling. That is pressure. Exactly. So something's going on. Soon, I need a new bagel profile picture, says Blair Nazareth. I'm laughing here. Loving this. Let's take a look. What is going on with the markets to be blowing off like this? Looking for any headlines. I'm not sure if there's anything there. I'm going to take a look over here. Let's take a look at this website. Is there any headlines here? Russians seize nuclear plant. Fire at the complex is out. We know that. No early sign of radiation leak. We know that. And I don't have any specific headline that I can shoot at you to tell you why and what is happening here. So I don't know about that. And then let's go over here to this site and see what they're saying there. Is okay. We don't have that. NATO Secretary General is warning of heavier fighting in Ukraine. That's 17 minutes ago. And don't know. Yeah. No. I have no other headlines that I can tell you about that would tell me why is the market selling off right now the way it is. I don't have anything specific. We're showing a drop right now in the Dow of 431, which is lower, but not that far lower than we were. So nothing really there. It's off 439. Let's not poo-poo that, but it's only 1.28%, and now the Nasdaq is down 1.3. So the Nasdaq is worse than the Dow. Rocket Lab is off 7. SoFi off 20. We're not going to answer phone calls right now. GameStop's off 175 to 116.66. AMC is 1760 down 47 cents. Matterport down a dime. ME down 12.5. Spire down 6. ATIP holding a 12-cent gain, 187. Volume on ATIP 239,000 today. There's some buying coming in here. Smart Rent down 27 cents. Sixter up 26. 1209. Sixter volume 15,200. Very light. Robinhood is off a nickel. Vanik down 420. Home Depot down 330. IBM down 118. Microsoft down 595. Apple down $2. Goldman down 468. That's actually better. Cisco down 60. Facebook down 119. Amazon down 48. Tesla up 4. Google down 55. So I don't have a culprit that I can point at either. What else could there be? Let's see. Let's take a look over here. I'm going to look at the headlines on CNBC. I see the VIX is up 3.3 points, 10% gain to 3380. So we're over 30 again on the VIX, but I'm sure we've had that all morning. February jobs rose a surprisingly strong 678,000. Unemployment edged lower. Wages are flat. I got nothing else. Google suspends all advertising in Russia. And that's it. There must be whisper talk about quotation. There might be whisper talk about the conflict spreading out of Ukraine. I'll get it. Is it contagion? There might be that going on in some of the market circles, but right now I see the Dow down 398, recovering a little bit here. We had a sell program come through, I guess. But, will there be more conflict other than Ukraine? Would Moldova be in trouble because Russian troops are sitting in Ukraine? We might as well cross into Moldova and take them over too. I don't know. Not sure if that's really going to happen here. We're the only ones not selling off, says Frumbler. We're the long holders here. Chains Holdings is up 30% since I watched it a year ago. Still, I will say no to it. I don't support what happened to Jack Ma almost 2 years ago. Splair, and it's again a market mover today as ATI cheap stocks are sometimes good for portfolio. At least Royal Caribbean is finally crashing, says William. Are you sitting on a put or two? It is backing off. The Dow right now down 423. Rocket Lab down 12. SoFi down 18. SoFi volume this morning, by the way, is 10.7 million, very light compared to what we've had lately. Even we've had 40 million first hour trades lately. We're at 10 million trading on SoFi. So the selling is off. The stock's down a bit, but that's because of this market. But this SoFi can pop back to 11 like this now. It is thinned, but it is 1048 right now. GameStop 115.80 down 261. GameStop's pushing the low of the day here right now. 115.61 is a low trade of the day on GameStop. Volume on GameStop this morning 200,000, nothing. AMC's off 55. Matterport down 9. ME down 13. Spire down 6. ATIP Physical Therapy 187 up 12 cents. Smart Rent down 36. Dara still up 17 at $12. Okay, 419 drop on the Dow is what I have at the moment. Thank you all for being here. Isn't Moldova like Russia already? From Moldova, the border to Ukraine is at least taken by Russia at some point. Am I getting the right country? It's the one. It's the country on the Black Sea, just southwest of Ukraine. Ukraine. I thought it was Moldova or Moldova. It's not a NATO member, so I don't know if they want to be a NATO member, but they're not a NATO member. I don't know if Russia will move in there either. I've been burned a few times, says Tasty Donkey. Testing out the boats could all be on fire and the price could still go up 10% on these cruise ships. Should I look? Austin is thinking. Mike is saying, don't look. Roger that, Austin says. I'm not looking. I'm just going to tell you that SoFi's at 1048, down 21 cents. But they were this morning at 1101 briefly. But at the moment, 1048. The Dow's off 432. That's why a SoFi is lower. It's not being helped at all with this market. There's this. They got this gel seat here. I'm going to try this gel seat. Hang on a second. It's not going to help the glare, but it might help the tush. Ooh. It's a little softer. You're sitting in a chair for a while, no matter what kind of chair. Eventually, you need more padding. The older you get, you need more padding. Moldova doesn't allow other countries' military to enter their country and have no plans on joining NATO. All right. Crimea question? Mike, maybe that will change soon enough, though. Yeah, it could. James, if Ukraine falls, look out Estonia, Moldova, Latvia, and any former Soviet state. That's the worry right now. Anyway, we're down 401 on the Dow. I don't know why. I don't know if this news that I'm telling you about, this Moldova thing, has anything to do with the Dow. I don't know. It's down 391 now. Rocket Lab down a dime. SoFi off 22 cents to 1047. GameStop down 282 to 115.59. AMC down 51 cents. Matterport down 13 cents. ME down 14 cents. Spire down 7. ATIP climbing again up to 191, up 16. ATIP volume now is 331,000. That's an improvement for sure. 191 last on ATIP, going higher. Smart Rent 582 down 30. Sextera up 17 to $12 right here. Okay. Dow is now down only 340. A buy program is coming in now. We've just gained 100 points on the markets, and it's showing Rocket Lab down only 6. SoFi now down 18 at 1051, climbing. GameStop still at 115.56 at the moment. The S&P is down 51, and NASDAQ is down 168. The markets were down 1.3%. They're now down 1.1, 1.2. A little tiny bit better. Okay. True Smoke Dog. These other countries, Latvia, are NATO countries. They'll be protected now. Jennifer, Uncle Bruce, maybe a plant or lamp in the back to spice up the background. Maybe you could do something like that. Give me time. Give me at least 24 hours of being here. I've been here not quite 12 hours. So yes. Awesome. If the Barca Lounger birthed a chair, it would look like your chair. It could be. There seems to be some very comfortable looking furniture in the rec room over here. I haven't had time to sit in it yet. Michael, Estonia and Latvia are NATO, though. That's right. Michael, so bad news if so. Cindy, a money tree? Vilbus, what is this? Vlad has been at war with the West for years. I wish we'd wake up and realize he can't be appeased and will continue to up the stakes and provocations until we do. Well, we'll see. We're down to 311 on the Dow now. We're climbing again. We're only down 0.92 of a percentage point. We're down 0.89 on S&P and 0.98 on NASDAQ. All three markets are rising simultaneously. We're down 297 points on the Dow. We were off 450 plus 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. Big turnaround. Oil still down, still higher, $6.05 a barrel in Texas to 113.72. We're pushing 114 again on West Texas. Oil is climbing right now. Uncle Bruce, did you get everything you needed last night? The cola, bagels, meat, cheese, horseradish, schmear, jelly. Gotta stay fed, buddy. Yes to cola. Yes to bagels. Yes to the ham and cheese. No horseradish. We didn't go to. We're at the right place for that.
No Welch's.
Schmear, yeah. Welch's, no. And I've asked Jen, didn't we pack the schmear, the jelly? I had a jar of Welch's, and I am 99.9% sure I packed it in one of our suitcases.
I'm 99.9% sure it's in Phoenix. Yeah.
Because she's thinking she gave it away to our friends whose house we're staying in. And I'm pretty sure I didn't give it to them. I'm pretty sure I packed it. But it might be in that suitcase that we have yet to get. I don't know. We haven't opened up every suitcase yet. We've only been here 10 or so hours. How are you, Jen?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm tired.
I feel better than I look.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think I turned over until 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you were. We were in bed at, was it 9:30, 10 o'clock? We were in bed last night.
Oh no, we weren't in bed.
10:30
till 10:30.
I mean, we got to bed as soon as we could get to bed. We were running around in here. We had gone to the store to buy stuff first. We had the customs thing all screwed up. We were just dying to get to sleep, and you were out in seconds. You were gone. Jen was asleep in seconds. It took me a little while, but not a long time. And then this morning my alarm went off, and that was painful.
But did you tell them you get to sleep in an hour?
Yes, I've told them about the time change. And of course I've told them that I sleep well tonight because I'm not on the air tomorrow. It's Saturday tomorrow.
Right.
So, thank God for that.
That's good.
Yeah.
And unlike when we were in our 20s, Friday is very often the day we go to the night we go to bed earliest.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not going out to the movies, going out to the dance, going out to friends. No, it's like, oh God, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. We're glad to be here. We're happy to be here.
Yeah.
We're relieved to be here.
It's like any move, though. You're exhausted when you get there, and then you get to unpack.
So for the next several days, we'll be going, where should we put this? Where should we put that?
Yeah.
And
as we slowly take over this house.
slowly take over this house.
They'll come home and they'll go, oh, this isn't our house anymore.
These folks will come back and go, what did you do to our house? What's with all this stuff here? Yeah, we're going to figure it out.
My water's probably boiling now.
And tea.
What are you going to have for bagels?
Well, I think.
How hungry are you, for one thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking just how about a schmear? Let's start with the schmear.
Okay. You had your coffee. How was that?
I had 2 cups of coffee.
You had 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, I made enough to make a refill.
And you still look that tired?
I feel it. I tell you right now, it's been a long one. We're good. I got this shining here on my head here. I am shining on the
Are
air.
you? Oh,
And I was saying to the viewers, this reminds me of those three solar things outside of Vegas that we saw out of the plane.
oh, they're reflectors.
The reflectors.
The reflector collector.
One of my viewers says, this shining thing is mesmerizing us. We must become members of the channel.
It's like, remember the old black and white movies? They would have this spiral thing that would spin around, and that's how you
That's
hypnotize
right. You must become a gold bagel member of this channel.
You're going to become a zombie.
That's right. That's right. That's what we're doing. It's snowing out. It's been snowing all night.
Yes, it has been snowing all night. The good news is that I think it's supposed to be like warm tomorrow.
Well, it's plus. It'll be in the 30s and 40s by Sunday, but it's not lasting. We're going back down again.
It's just
slush fest.
It's elephants not out
it's
on
gonna
the road.
Be bad. It's going to be bad.
Cars spin out.
And,
and the good news is you're not necessarily in a ditch. You might be, or you're just sideways on the road.
Yeah, that's the good news. You didn't die. Sideways. You're just stuck. Great. The old Sonata got us home last night. No problem. My cousin picked us up, and this front wheel car just drives great. But it ain't no Tesla.
He had her clean.
Oh, he got it all cleaned
she
up.
Looks so nice.
I said, "Why'd you do that for?" It's an 11-year-old car. What? Oh no, I got to look after it for you.
Okay.
It is what it is.
I'm going to stand up now.
Give it a go, Jen. I told the story about the wheelchair going through customs.
Oh yeah. And I always get a wheelchair when I'm in a shopping mall. It's a superpower.
It's a superpower.
I have teenage boys apologizing for just being in my airspace. Yeah, it's a superpower.
Of course, Jen gives them the look, and they're, of course, stunned by the beauty of this Jennifer Aniston lookalike woman sitting in this wheelchair. They're like, are you her? Did you hurt yourself skiing in Graz, Switzerland or something?
I don't think that's what they're thinking.
They're not thinking that?
I'll be back.
Okay. I thought that's what it was. I don't know. Vilbus is saying, old Vlad's been at work for the West for years. I wish we'd wake up and realize he can't be appeased. Karim, Uncle Bruce, did you get everything you need last night? I talked about that. To be a history Russian leader, he knows he must leave millions of dead in his wake. What about a framed photo of Noto? Maybe you could do that, Bruce. Jason, I'm definitely for a money tree. Lame duck, I made $544 in 4 days. Do that for 52 weeks. I'm making $28,000 a year, and you're just starting. That's your starting wage. Way to go there, lame duck. Waiting for all those SPACs to hit $20. Don't microwave cats. Jen, I think I can speak for most in this chat that we won't testify against you should Bruce have an accident. John, good morning, Jen. Dave, the Mac guy, ME_4, unreal. Eric, I sold 2 GameStop 130s last week for $650, expiring worthless today, 100% profit. They're going to expire. I'll keep all of it. Now, there's 2 contracts. That's $1,300 in your pocket in 1 week on 2 contracts. Not bad. Now, if you can bump that to 10 as you build up your account, you'll do that. You'll do 5 times that. You'll make $6,500 in a week. That's $325,000 a year. That's a raise. Alberto, I can't eat a bagel. I have been eating dip, and I'm full. I just ate another 1,000 shares of SoFi at 1024. They're now 1034, and the Dow's back down 413 points as we are just doing the yo-yo game here. Oil up 550 to 113.17. Rocket Lab down 9. SoFi down 34 to 1034. GameStop 285 lower. AMC down 52. Matterport down 19. ME down 15 down to 390. Aspire at 195 down 9. ATIP up 21 cents to 196, the high of the day. That's where we're at again. 420,000 on ATIP being recommended as a buy with a $4 target price. It's having an effect. Smart Rent 588 up 24, so Smart Rent's down 24, 6 up 9 right now. Uncle Bruce Blair, you need to offer again the bagel mug and promote it for cola or other soft drinks so you can catch even the caffeine-free people today. Alberto, 1034. Nick, Uncle Bruce, would there be a day when each country minds its own business and does not meddle in the others with life and let live attitude instead of wars create war and poverty? Is that too much to ask? I hear you, my friend. What on earth does Russia need with Ukraine? What do they need from that? They were making all kinds of money with Ukraine, lots of trading, but no. Malo, a whole portfolio is red, and all the way down in the bottom, I see little old ATP trying to climb back to $2. Bless its brave little heart. There you go, Malo. I agree. Way to go, ATIP. Bringing it back. 195 right now, up 20 cents a share. The only green stock in our little group here. We're down 435 on the Dow as we are running into selling resistance here and there. Back and forth we go. We're down 57 on S&P. We're down 181 on the NASDAQ. They're all off 1.3% or roughly in and around that area. And do I even bother buying back my 125 call that expires today? The stock's 115. Do I even bother buying it back? You might put in a bid at a penny or 2 pennies or 3 pennies and just get it over with, and that lets you perhaps write another call later today for next week with the rest of today already factored in. I don't know. I'm just saying. Up to you. I know some of you love to write options on the expiry day today. You like to write 116s for tonight, 118s for tonight. Try to bring in a buck or two today for today. There's always that to look at too. Scully, Putin wants Ukraine's natural gas pocket so he doesn't have to keep paying billions in tariffs to deliver oil to the West. When is enough enough? I just don't know. I can't. I can't put my hands on it. I do what I can, but I can't see. I'm actually sitting here with my feet up on this desk, and I'll tell you, having the feet up in the air like this, the feet are going, "Hey, this is kind of nice." Hanging out with the viewers from around the world in this little office here, where you got this chair to lean back here, you got this place to spread out like this. You got the shiny dome on your head over there to mesmerize your viewers into becoming members of your channel. And you're talking stock markets plain English with your feet up. Is this great or what? Man, I kind of like this office. I don't know. I might have to work a deal to rent from this guy on a long-term basis. This is super. What can I say? Welcome one and all. My feet are going. You made us walk a lot yesterday, between that airport. First of all, you had to walk your butt off all over that casino yesterday to get in and out of that place, to go to that testing center. You had to get breakfast, then you had to get back to your room. Then you went to the airport. You walked all over Vegas's airport, because that's no bargain either. You walked all over the place in Vegas. Then you flew to Canada, and going up in elevation and depth, that didn't help your legs circulation. Then you had to walk that 1 mile, whatever, half a mile in Calgary to get out of customs. Stand on your feet for an hour and a half in customs, waiting for the damn bag that never showed up. This putting your feet up is kind of comfortable. So I'll say thank you very much for our friends who have this great place that we're using right now to kind of hang out in. And thank you all of you for joining me. 114.86 on GameStop. We're not going anywhere there. So these 125s are expiring worthless. The 120s are worthless. The 119s, the 118s, 117s, 116s, 115s are all worthless right now and falling in value. And those of you who have been rolling over and rolling over and rolling over for what, 3-4 weeks now, you are getting your rewards. You're getting your payback. You are getting the profit is coming in on these contracts for you. And I say congratulations. You've earned every penny you're making. I love it. I love it that this is happening. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Uncle Bruce's forehead is the gold Bagel Beacon. See, sucking them in to become Gold Bagel members. I'd fall asleep if I did what you're doing. How the weather back home? Shut up, next bear. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Stop it with that. It's awful. It's awful. It's snowing. It's 25 degrees. It sucks. Next pair. Don't ask me about that. I set a $10 limit on SoFi at 7:30 this morning. It actually might hit 10:24. You might want to go 10:01 on that. You do a stink bid at 10:01. I'm not saying you're going to get it, but if you're going to get hit on a stink bid, 10:01 might be the number. The Dow's off 495 right now. I've got S&P down 66, and I got NASDAQ down 222. We're off 1.49 to 1.6% on the markets right now. Wow, Uncle Bruce is so mean. Shut up. Rocket Lab down 13 cents. SoFi down 44. GameStop down 338. AMC down 58. Matterport down 17, ME down 17, Spire down 7.5, ATIP up 18 cents, 193. Go ATIP, go. Smart went down 30, and Sextera is up 18 cents. We got two in the green. The rest are upside down right now. But you know what? This market comes up a couple hundred points. Everything here goes green. I mean, it would turn around so fast because we're not red by much. Like, really, not a lot at all. Vanik down 487, Home Depot down $2, IBM down $1, Microsoft off 6 to 289, Apple down 270, Goldman down 680, Cisco down 57 cents, Facebook down 155, Amazon down 78, Tesla is up 470, Google down 66. So the Googles are at 26.19. That's 130. One a share, approximately 131 a share post split right now. Bed Bath Beyond down a quarter, BlackBerry down 16. Royal Caribbean 69.02 on Royal Caribbean, down 283. It's the first time I've seen a 69 print in a long time. Under 70 on Royal Caribbean. Wow, this has been a drop. Yes, look at this. Here's a 1 month chart on Royal Caribbean. Look at that thing falling off here. That's right. That's now. Here's this week for Royal Caribbean. Sorry about the glare. Look at that. Look at that drop on Royal Caribbean. Giving it up. Finally. Wow. Target is off 8 cents. JP Morgan down 460. Costco down 19.48 on Costco. Walmart down 37 cents. Nvidia down $6. What else? American Airlines down $1.02 to 14.70. Netflix down $3 to 3.64. DraftKings at 20.58 down 30 cents. Moderna down $1.87 to 139.65. Unbelievable. DoorDash down $8. Airbnb down 7. Micron down 4.40 and Intel down 13 cents. Unreal. Bargoons, we're down 490 on the Dow. This is about the low, in and around the low of the day, about 30 points away. Now we're a little better, 477 down, still down here. A ton. Rocket Lab off a dime. SoFi 1024 off 45. GameStop at 115.80 down 261. So go ATIP 193 a share. I say go to 250 today and give us hope, and then go to $3 on Monday and 350 on Tuesday and defy gravity and just keep on going, and then take the whole market with you. Let's go, baby. Aha, says Ori. Ha! Anyway, here we go. Giotti. I was hosting a work meeting between just now and buying SoFi between talking. There you go. Coyote knows what they're doing. Multitasking, looking for deals and picking them up. And I say, way to go, Coyote. That's what you got to be doing. Oh, my. Down 465 on the Dow. Down 455. The Dow's a little better. Okay. I live in Vegas. Has to come to Anaheim for the warmer weather. I'm taking the kids to Disney. I want to go to warmer weather. We're going to Anaheim. Gotcha. Disney and Vegas. I remember going to Vegas for the first time back in 84, 85. The city had 480,000 people. Vegas now 2.5 million in that whole region. A 5, 6 fold increase in 35 something years, 40 years. Unbelievable. Just incredible. From the air, as you're climbing out, Vegas goes on and on and on. North Vegas, oh my God, the racetrack is still quite kind of out there, but the burbs are coming for the racetrack and the Air Force Base. It used to be out of town, like way out of town. They're gonna have to build another Air Force Base outside of Vegas. It's going to be surrounded by homes. Unbelievable what that city is looking like, and the growth to the south and to the east. Oh my gosh, Vegas has just exploded. But I'll tell you, it isn't cheap being in Vegas. Oh no, 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 no. There are no deals in Vegas at all. At least I didn't come across great deals other than our room. But I'll tell you, that doesn't salvage the trip. We did have a big room, and we had a lot of space up there. We got it for a cheap price, but I got to tell you, everything else around that hotel, and everything else about the hotel, whew, incredibly expensive, really. Now, if I were driving with my own car, with Jennifer and I were driving through town, I would have taken that deal at the Luxor for the cheap room that we had. Big room for cheap money. Oh yeah, but I can assure you that we would have stopped at the Costco and the Safeway or whatever store before getting there, and we would have had in that room all kinds of stuff like our own alcohol, our own cola, our cream for our coffee, our own, even I'd even bring in, our own brand of coffee. If we'd have done if we'd have done the Lexor by car, we would have brought in our own
Oh
stuff
yes.
because we were paying dearly for everything in that place. The cola and the lack of
And it was
Coca-Cola
it
product.
was it seemed to be either one end of the seesaw or the other. It was kind of really meh, or it was really good. Right? That there didn't seem to be any kind of middle ground. Well, I suppose the cafe
Yeah,
was your basic breakfast cafe, and it was very good, but it's a cafe.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
steakhouse, holy cow,
At
and
Mirage,
the public house could have been the best fish and chips I've ever had.
we had
Very lightly
the
battered,
first night we got
spicy.
there. We were in the sports bar.
It was so good.
They had really good food in there, like really good quality food, and we thought, oh, this is going to be great.
You had a half a rack that looked like more like a half a pig than a
Half
half
a
a
rack
rack.
of ribs that I had trouble finishing it. It was so good.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is going to be a great vacation. We're going to love the Luxor. And then the next day, well, then I bought a bottle of pop for $7, and I went,
Bottle of Pepsi.
yeah, and it was Pepsi. I mean, it's not even pop; it's something else. And then,
But they upgraded us to that amazing suite.
we had a nice room, 1,000 square feet by my
Our
estimation.
daughter wasn't crazy about the elevator, the inclinator.
The inclinator.
It got her little seasick button going because it feels odd, but you get used to it. Yeah.
Because the hotel, the original, is a pyramid by design. The angle of the four sides is 38 degrees,
Something
36
like that.
degrees.
Yeah.
The elevators are in the corners.
And they
And
go up. They're like the
you walk in an elevator that doesn't go up and down, it goes up like this. It goes
like the cable cars in Pittsburgh.
like a manicular.
Vernacular.
But you don't see anything. You're inside an elevator and you feel this force on you that just doesn't feel right. You
Yeah,
don't
it's
get the
weird.
gravity pushing down on you. You got the gravity pushing us on you on the side because you're going up sideways. You're going up this side of the
And I
room.
mean, you're not speeding up by all.
No.
It's just a normal speed.
But
yeah,
we were near the top. We were
It's
near the
weird.
top of this thing, and it took a while.
It's weird.
Each direction took a while.
So she would be hanging on. Now, how is the toasting? We got to play around with Every time you get a new toaster, you got to play around
Yeah.
and see.
It's not toasted enough.
You know
It's
why?
spongy.
Yeah, and I noticed that when you put it on bagel, it's really only toasting one side.
Mm.
So I think I have to bagel it for one side and then normal it for one time
It's got to be crunchy
to
on both
get
sides.
it.
Well, at least that's how I like it.
There you go.
But
Okay.
good bagel. I kind of wonder if this is a Costco bagel in disguise.
It's a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
teeny tiny bit, but it's obvious the Calgarians really do have a loving relationship with sesame seeds that you can find it everywhere.
Here in Calgary, we love sesame seeds on stuff. In Palm Desert, you can't get a
It's so
sesame seed
hard.
bagel. In Costco, no way.
I don't know. Maybe we grow them.
I asked the baker at Costco. I summoned the person in from the inside. Would you mind coming out and talking to me? Can I help you, sir? This gentleman says. I said, I notice you have bagels here, but you don't have sesame seed bagels. Is there a reason for that? Oh, yes, sir. We've tried selling sesame seed bagels in Palm Desert. We can't give them away. I'm thinking to myself, Sherman's Deli can't keep them in stock. What are you talking about? If you were to make these bagels 6 in a package for $3 a package, you'd blow them out of here. But he had everything bagels, cheese bagels, raisin bagels, whatever, but not sesame seed. But here in Calgary, Costco has sesame seed bagels. So, and they sell well. I don't know. I think he's full of crap.
Well, I'm going to go continue listening to the news and just silently sob. There's no good news today.
No good news.
And just to remind, because most of your listeners are in the United States and overseas, that Canada shares a border with Russia.
No, we don't.
Yeah, well, we share a water border with them. And we've been negotiating that for decades, that your underwater coastal area belongs to the country for your oil and gas rights.
Oh.
And they're saying that theirs comes right up to us. We also share, because of Greenland, we share with Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to remind people that if he does get real stupid and nuclear weapons come, they fly over us.
Yeah.
They're between the two. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
So I'm just going to go bury my head now.
The thing that Putin doesn't understand is we have hockey sticks and we know how to use them.
Yeah, but you saw what happened last night. The Flames, it was the first time they got to have full capacity. They had over 17,000 people in. They were up 3-1, something like that, and lost in overtime. Mr. Smiley is not going to be happy. No.
I can't imagine Daryl Sutter smiling last night on the way home from the game.
You should see him after he's like Tom Coughlin from the old Giants coach. He always looked terribly concerned when they had won by 3 touchdowns.
He always has a concerned look on his face.
That's our coach, Smiley.
Daryl Sutter.
You're like, oh my God, you guys must have really lost. Oh no, we won by 7 goals. Oh, okay. Maybe you could crack a smile. I don't know.
Hockey fans are not impressed yesterday evening. Montreal Canadian hockey fans are delirious.
Delirious.
And there are many of them around Canada.
Oh, yes.
But no.
But we have a special history with the Montreal Canadiens that I am going to get past 1986. But not yet. Yeah. There are still people I would drive across the street to hit with my car. Oops.
As she chortles away.
Okay.
Okay, Jen.
I'm out of here. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you so much for the bagel. And we're doing it.
Make it go up.
Make it go up. Make it better. That's all we'll do. That's all we'll try and do. Oh my gosh. Oh. All of my Apple bids filled. Time to go back up now. Pickcomb, do they still serve free drinks when you're playing slots in Vegas? Theoretically, yes, but not as often. And you ordered I ordered Diet. I have to order Diet Pepsi, which itself is an abomination. The glass is 4 ounces, 5 ounces max. I mean, it is so tiny, and half of it is ice. The thing lasts 5 minutes, and then and the waitress is trying to get a buck every time for these. A waitress, a tip of a buck or two each drink. Yeah, it used to be what you would do is you would go to you used to go to the food court, order yourself a Diet Coke at the McDonald's or whatever they had. I go to the food court looking for Coca-Cola, can't find it. Everybody is selling Pepsi in there. The property is a Pepsi zone. You want a large cola? $6. So you're taking a paper cup full of ice with the water. It turns into water in 30 minutes. It tastes like watered down Pepsi flavored water, and it's pathetic. It's sad. Like I said, if we were driving in, we'd have a case of cola with us or 2 liter bottles. I'd have a big container of a big container for the cola, and I would fill it up in the room and take it down with me. That's how I would play it, but that's just me. Food is always good in Vegas. Depends. Good morning, Olivia. Hi there. Split of Google 21. Will the options split as well? Yes, they do. They will. What did you get it at? I have an order in. Mike wants to know from Coyote. Albert, ask for a friend. Joking aside from myself, I'm a little confused. 20 for one. Yeah, 20 for what? 24. You will buy one contract now. You'll have 20 contracts in July, but make sure it's expiring in September, October, or beyond. Hit up the Champagne Room at Cheetahs for better Coke in Vegas, Brucey. It's the best I've found. Hello. Sitting on that chair while his dome shines like the desert sun makes Uncle Bruce like a classic Bond villain. Alberto, yes, option split as well. Hello, Olivia from Joanne. Thank you, Joanne, says Alberto. Michael, 100 seconds to midnight on the doomsday clock. That's right. Michael, 10:19, 10:16 on SoFi. Nice days low. Malo, I've traveled back to Cuban Missile. We traveled back to Cuban Missile Crisis. Duck and cover, kids. Michael, I just got mine at 10:21. Coyote, you reaffirm my belief that Vegas is a waste of time. Kent, after TWB review, skipped Luxor, booked Resorts World in Vegas instead. It's the 50th birthday trip for hubby and golf trip for the kid. There you go. There you go. Michael, Coyote, I guess I wasn't stinky enough. Clay, I got to buy her at 10:01. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Coyote, you can go to Lake Tahoe. It is beautiful. There are other things to do besides gambling, like skiing and fresh air. Cheers Club does not exist anymore in Vegas. Beat Castle. Bruce, I need a pep talk, man. I've lost 130 grand in 9 months from my savings on these SPACs. My wife decided to go back to work full time to help out. Call contracts have been a tough gamble. I hear you. It is a tough gamble. On calls. This is why I'm so emphasizing looking at writing call options. Now, obviously, you can't write call options and bring in big money on stocks that are trading at $2, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 a piece. I get that. We need these SPACs to improve, be able to really take in income. However, depending on what you own and how you own it, there are ways to generate income in this lousy market. Even with poor man covered call writing, it might be an idea. As far as these SPACs go, I can't tell you second to second, day to day what they're going to do because I don't know what Putin's going to do. I don't know what interest rates for sure are doing. I know what they're doing on the bond market right now. I know what the bankers want to do with them. How it'll affect the markets, I don't know either. We have to deal with it when we deal with it. But um, in this last 3-4 months, I mean, we have had every conceivable curveball thrown at our markets from all kinds of angles, with supply chain problems, inflation concerns, interest rate problems, pandemic, war in Ukraine, nuclear plants being attacked. I mean, on and on and on it goes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so it's time to keep an eye. It's always time to keep an eye on the markets, but it's a good idea to diversify. And if you can, um, you know, move into options that are longer term, or hold the stock, or average down, or start to take on positions that allow you to bring income in from option writing. That's an area I keep emphasizing to so many of you, that whatever income you can bring in from option writing, you can then put that income towards your savings, paying bills, or investing in these SPACs as cheap as they are. You just keep picking them off, and acquiring them and loading up on them. But definitely writing options is an idea. And you do not need hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. You do not need thousands of shares to do this. You can do this through in the money call options, through poor man covered call writing strategies, which many of my viewers are now using and utilizing and are benefiting from. And you can do this with Apple shares, Cisco shares, Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, IBM. Some of you can do this on GameStop, of course. But they have to be in the money calls, and you can then bring income in against that investment. And in this market right now, writing covered calls is the way to go. Absolutely the way to go. And so B Castle, keep the faith and keep learning it out if you can. If you're watching me live anyway, you're aware of the option writing thing. If you've taken some of my classes, the hope is that you're going to look into that, and that might be the method for you going forward. That you can bring income into your account from writing call options against either positions you have or positions you can get by making adjustments to positions you have. It's just a matter of how you want to structure it, but not too late to consider that definitely as a move. Beat a house, not the gambler. Totally right, says the James Show. Kent, I've learned my lesson. I only write calls. That's all I do now, says Kent. Alberta, write covered calls has been my savior. Mike, I'm exactly the same. Writing covered calls has kept me sane through this crazy, crazy market. We have lost 3,000 plus points on the Dow. We've lost 15 plus percentage points on NASDAQ, and S&P is off. Banks are under pressure. Europe is under tremendous pressure. There's all kinds of stuff happening with Russia. Option writing is the secret here to offset these crazy capital losses and what's going on. Stocks only from now on. Calls were bought last May. June will move to save up to buy more shares. And B Castle really, zero in on, even if you're only zeroing in on one stock, like just say Apple, for example. I mean, Apple in the money options is where I would send you. I would tell you to buy Apple in the money call options that are good for 6-8 months. Watch lesson number 11 at least, and perhaps lesson number 12 on poor man covered call writing, because I think for less than $2,000, you can get into a deep in the money call on Apple. You might be able to get into these options for under $1,500 a piece. And even if you can buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of these contracts, $7,500 worth, and write 5 call options short term against them every week or two, you may find that you can bring in already $1,000 every couple of weeks on 5 contracts. That's $2,000 a month coming in from Apple income. And if that comes in and you can slowly build up to 6 contracts and 7 and then 8, eventually get to 10 Apple contracts at a time and bring in a couple of $1,000 every couple of weeks, you're bringing in 4,000 a month in capital into your account. Now, this doesn't sound like a lot when you compare it to 130,000 in losses, but it adds up, and it really is a cash flow generator. It really can be. And even if you're just rolling over constantly Apple income on these options, and then move in from there after you get to 5 or 10 of those contracts, now you're adding perhaps another stock to your writing arsenal, and that might be Goldman Sachs, that might be Microsoft, that might be. I mean, I'm not talking about highly speculative, high growth SPAC stocks. I'm talking about Dow 30 component companies that you're going to buy options in deep in the money using my 90-10% option rule, which you'll see in lesson number 11. Watch it. It's the cheapest $100 you're ever going to invest in yourself. And watch number 12 for rollover strategies. You can really bring in some cash doing this if you're watching this market. Definitely worth your while. Dave, the Mac guy, a time to buy, a time to write, a time to build, a time to ask. These are the seasons. There you go. Coyote, because this is the way. You're most likely going to enjoy being a writer. Franz, writing covered call and cash secured puts have been my strategy, says Franz. Pay me to take my stock and pay me to buy your stock. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Right on, France. France feels. I cannot. I just can't emphasize it enough to you folks who are new to me or who've been here a while or who've been programmed to buy, always be buying, be buying, be buying. It is time to really focus on yourselves as to be the casino in this business, and say to these option players, I'm not going to be the guy watching my option expire worthless. I'm going to be the guy on the other side of that contract. I want to be the person who will give you the option. I'll sell you the option that will become worthless. And whether you're the one holding the bag at the end or someone else that you sold that contract to, I don't care. But I'm going to sell these contracts at this price, and I'm going to buy them back at this price, if I buy them at all. And time again, we are getting success stories here from viewers of mine who are slowly but surely picking up this mantra and going, man, this is the way. I am no longer interested in being the guy holding these contracts at the end of their life. I want to be the guy who is benefiting on this thing. And so if you can get into it, definitely do that. It's worth your while. You have to make an investment into yourself. You have to decide, all right, I'm going to watch his classes. I'm going to learn how this works. I'm going to follow him and his viewers on how options trade. And I'm going to see how they, when they say here on this channel, I sold March 140 contracts on GameStop for $7. You're going to go and look up that contract and see those trades. And then you're going to keep track of that person's contract with the stock. And if 2 days later, a week later, whatever it is, the person says, I just bought my calls back for $1.22. I sold them for $7.50. I just bought them for $1.22. You can see for yourself. It's true. They sold them here a few days ago. Now the stock's done this. They bought them back. Here you go. This is being done on Apple, Goldman, Microsoft, IBM, stock after stock after stock. Cisco is another one. Cisco is a great way to get into option writing because you can probably pick up Cisco contracts for less than $1,000 each in the money contracts to write options against them. Now, they might bring you $50 to $150 every week or two of revenue, but keep in mind, if you have $1,000 contract and it nets you out $100 every 2 weeks, that's $200 a month on $1,000 investment. That's 20% a month on your money. So if you've got $1,000 on the deal, great. If you have 5,000 at it, make 20% on 5,000. That's $1,000 a month. That adds up. That just has a way of accumulating wealth that you can compound and grow from there. I mean, there is nothing wrong with having 100 deep in the money calls on Cisco and writing 100 calls at a time that are expiring every week or two. There's nothing wrong with that. And if the contract only makes you 80 cents a contract, that's $80 times $100. 100 contracts, I mean. $80 times 100 contract. That's serious. That's $8,000. That is 8 G's coming in. I mean, Cisco pays just like Apple pays, just like Microsoft pays. It's percentages it delivers. And so pick the one you want to go into and start from there. Let's go. Let's go. Lots of casual nail clipping. I got to tell you, yesterday I was moving suitcases from the room to the cab, from the cab to the airport in Vegas, from the airport in Vegas to the baggage handler, from the bag checkout in Calgary back onto the cart to the car, back into the car, from the car into the house, into the house. My nails are just destroyed. They're just, I've got chips and nicks everywhere. I tell you, I'm not used to this. I wouldn't be very good at as a sky cab now. I'm too old for this. It just isn't going to work out for me. There you have it. Alberto, one-on-one pays off real quick. That's true. If you you really want to learn how to do option writing, and you want to get more insight into the psychology of it and the feel of it, you gotta talk to me for an hour privately. And I can assure you that within 1 hour of hanging out with yours truly, you will get a better feel for what you need to do and how you need to do it. And I'll do all I can to help you and figure out where you're at and where you want to be and where you're going to go. And if you're interested in that, you send me a private email, which is right here. Send me a private email at brucefrommert@hotmail.com and say, Bruce, I want to have a one-on-one. It's $400 for 1 hour US, $400 US for an hour. I almost always go over. It's always more than an hour. But you will get, I am certain of it, you will finish that hour and go, this was worth way more than $400. You will really be rewarded for your time. But you've got to want it, and you've got to buy into this and say, okay, I'm tired of these SPACs not delivering. I'm tired of outside influences working against me. I want this market to work for me, and I want to be the casino. I don't want to be the guy at the slot machine. I want to own the slot machine. Well, I can show you how you can do that for not a lot of money. And like I said a million times, you buy one call option on Cisco for $600 and write calls against that. You just one at a time. Learn how to do it by doing it. So you're risking a $600 wager on a deep in the money call option to write call options against it as a poor man covered call strategy. This is the ticket in. It's the way to do this. And you do this for a month or two and get a feel for this. You write a contract at 80 cents, buy it at 40 cents. Write a contract at 60 cents, buy it at 20 cents. Write a contract for $1.20, buy it for 85 cents. Write one for $2.20, buy it for $1.35. Whatever. You're going to learn and understand how stocks react, how options react, and how premiums are made and earned, and how contracts shrink as they expire. And there's a window in there for you to make money. And I will do all I can to help you with this. If you want a session, let me know. Saturdays and Sundays is when I do them, because Monday to Friday, I'm here. And so let me know if you have an interest in a session Saturday or Sunday going forward, and I'll try to squeeze you in. More classes are coming, so that will take away from private session time, but we'll work it out. So Alberto, you're absolutely right. The one-on-ones are the best thing you can do. The second best thing to do, check out my classes. If you can watch all 12 of them over, say, a month or two, great. If you can watch them all over 3 months, fine. but make an investment to understand what's going on and then see what happens. Coyote, think of it this way. If you want to be the house, Uncle Bruce was buying $22 spaghetti and drinking $7 Pepsi. He was the buyer, not the seller. The house always wins. I hear you there. Laugh out loud, the casual nailing clipper here. I love Uncle B. The time to buy in the down market is the time for writing contracts a year out. Coyote, Olivia, I was just thinking that, laughing out loud. Will, that was thinking the same, Olivia. God bless him, laughing out loud. It's scary to buy when it's low or to hold when it's low. AB, looks like Spire is all cash value now, $1.90 a share. Olivia, self-care is important, Uncle B. I get it. LIB, whoa, Microsoft just cut Russia off too. There you go. There you go. Now the corporations are moving in. B Castle, last May plan was to buy calls, convert to shares, write calls. Didn't work. Now I have to save up to buy shares to write. Pick Comb, I sold three $15 strike Rocket Lab covered calls for $205 premium January 2023. Should I just wait around with these? Or do you think I should take a profit of around $162? Is this a magic ball question? Well, if you wrote them for $205, you took in $205. If you buy them back now, you've profited $162 of the $205. You are leaving on the table $43. I would not wait until January 2023 to make the next $43. I'd buy them back now. End this contract now. Just buy them back and lock in this profit. Take a look at Rocket Labs. Maybe you can write 1250s. Buy back the 15s and write 1250s. Or buy back these 15s and write 10s for the same time frame. And if the shares want to stay under 10, they'll depreciate as well. Maybe you look at writing $10 contracts, not till January 23, but to August of this year or to June of this year. Bring the time frame down and bring the price down and look for depreciation there. Maybe that's the way to go, pick home. But this profit for the next nine months until they expire, you're going to make 4 cents a month. Forget about it. You've made your money. Buy them back and write something else. Now, if you have other stocks, you have other stocks. And on Rocket Lab, I don't know how many you have, but if you got 300, 400, 500, and you can write 5 contracts that expire this June at 10 or May at 10 or April for 10, check the option chain and see what premium you can get, the best premium you can get for something closer in, and bring in new cash. You can always do a rollover if you have to, if that goes up. You know that. So keep an eye on that. Coyote, a B Castle, stick around and take advice from the others in this chat. Like, just kind of sit back and watch what moves they make, observe their methods and what they're attempting to pull off here. Austin, SoFi dropping back down to 9 is crazy. SoFi 1020 right now. The Dow down 493, Rocket Lab down 12, GameStop down 272, AMC down 94. Coyote, you will get back. It will take time, but you will be a better trader going forward. Nearly every trader has gone through the learning experience with buying calls, and it is an expensive lesson. Pickcomb, thanks, Uncle B. You got it. Michael, I grabbed another 100. Nothing special. There you go. It's one trade at a time. It's one day at a time. It's one move at a time. But it's time to take control. If you've got shares of these stocks, a B Castle, if you have shares of Rocket Lab, you've got shares of SoFi, you have shares of Matterport, you have shares of ME, you've got shares of SmartRent, Cyxtera, all of those stocks that are a little bit higher than the $2 range. You could write options on these right now. You can write options for this summer out of the money. And go with it. Absolutely. Those of you who own options on, say, if any of you out there have $10 Cyxtera contracts, you can write contracts on Cyxtera. Those of you who have, let me take a look here. Any of you have $5 Matterport contracts? You can write contracts on Matterport. 750s, 8s, 9s, whatever's available. You have to look at the option chain. Again, it's not every option chain is perfect. Some will work, some will not. SoFi, You guys have got $7.50, contracts on SoFi, or if you own $10 contracts or $12 contracts on SoFi, and you turn around and now buy $5 contracts, sell those by fives, and then write on the fives. Bring that capital in that you're spending to upgrade the fives. That might be the move you may want to make. You may want to offer SoFis at $12.50 for a month or two, or 15s for 3 or 4 months, or 1750s for 6, 8 months, maybe the 20s for a year. Where can you get a fat premium to pay you to shift down from your contracts? If you're sitting on $15 SoFis or $20 SoFis, can you move into 750, $8 SoFis that are in the money and now write against them? Like I said, if you can get $2 premium on a contract that you just paid $8 for, by selling off your others, you've made this roll. If the stock pops up to 12, 13, and you're writing 15s or 17s, you win-win. You're winning on your contracts. You're winning on the depreciation of the contracts you've written. Poor man covered call strategies. Lesson number 11 and 12. Get over there. And let's see what we can do here. It isn't over. We ain't done yet. It's not easy. It's not easy. It used to be easy, but it's not that easy now. Let's see here. Keep nibbling, says Austin. Jason, I think ATP is going back over 2 today, Uncle Bruce. It is 190. B Castle, Gary, thank you. Should have never bought hundreds of calls. Should have just bought stock last spring. So many things have changed since last spring. Michael, Austin, hell yeah. AB, Sixtera contracts. Selling them for summer and fall is juicy. Problem is the open interest liquidity isn't there. Interesting. Again, that's why you have to study these contracts. Again, you've got to take my lessons. You have to learn the subtlety of these markets. A one-on-one might be the fastest way to do this. Austin, after busy season, if this thing is still sitting around 10, I'm getting another 8,000 to get to 20,000. Going bigger, I'm going home. Michael, they will be profitable by fourth quarter 2022. Yes, sir. Maybe earlier, says Michael. There you go. This stock will one day be a very valuable stock. But in the meantime, you've got to grind it out. We're down 490 on the Dow. That's not helping. We're down 68 on S&P. We're down 250 on NASDAQ today. 1.45% down to 1.8%. The oil price up 509 in Texas at 112.76. That's what's going on there. All kinds of stuff happening here. We are trying to keep on top of a lot of developments at the same time. But guys, for options trades, those of you who have hundreds or no, so let me repeat that. Some of you have thousands of shares of some of these stocks, thousands of these former SPACs. You could decide to write a 6-month, 9-month, 10, 12-month contract way ahead of the stock right now and take in premium money. You could turn around with that premium money and instantly buy more of the stock you've got to bring your average down. You could do that. Or you could take that cash and buy in the money contracts on the stock you've got to write more long-term contracts to bring in another whack of money. You could consider that. And that could give you a compounded win. In effect, the stock is letting you buy more stock or options on the stock itself to write more options. And that's a self-feeding thing down here. Again, I'm only throwing it out there as an idea for you to consider, all right? If it's SoFi that you're loading up on, and you're buying SoFi 750 contracts that expire this fall or next year, and you're writing calls on them, then get on with it. Take some money in. But again, you have to look at the option change to decide whether this works or not. You may not be able to write calls that are longer than the calls you have. So if you have calls that are expiring next month, you can't write a 6-month out call. I don't think so. But if you can write maybe a 1-month call on SoFi, maybe 11s or 12s, and you've got contracts that last 6, 8 months, there's income coming in for a short-term write. Keep your eye on the stock. Always do a rollover if necessary, and rinse and repeat. Okay. Let's see. Folks are talking to each other here, so I'm on top of all that. So there's a few thoughts. The Dow is off 527, not helping. Okay. This strategy might be a good strategy now. It might not be a good strategy this second. Just keep an eye on the markets and find the timing. 114.50 on your GameStop. This has got to be good for anyone who's long, who's written calls on GameStop. I have to think that almost every one of you are out of your calls that you wrote for big premiums, and you're good to go. I'm certainly hoping for that. Thumbs ups to all of you who've been able to pull that off. Any of you who have written calls on Vanik, you got to be loving 255. Home Depot 319. The lower it goes, the cheaper deep in the money calls get for this stock. The upside is substantial. It can be very good. IBM is at 125 a share. It hasn't backed off a lot, which tells you something. There is not a lot of downside here on the old IBM. Microsoft at 289, down 641. That is a bargain to go after deep in the money calls. 250s, 240s, 230s. Look for cheap Microsoft calls. Long in the money at the best price possible is where I'd be going there. Apple 162.51 down 372. This is buy time. This is where you buy deep in the money calls. 120s, 110s, 130s, somewhere in that range if you can. Goldman Sachs 326 down 762. Same thing. Now is the time to get 280s, 275s, 270s, 265s, 260s, 250 Goldmans. This is where you buy them. Right here, right now. Go long on these deep in money calls. Get that 90-10 ratio or better, and get ready to write options against those options. Cisco down 20 cents at 55.87. There you go. Cheap in money calls, the 45s, the 50s, somewhere in that range. 45 is where I'd prefer you to be. Facebook, 200 a share. You might want to buy deep in the money calls on Facebook, but I wouldn't chase it too hard. Stock's going to be an underperformer for a while. I'm not sure. As far as Google goes, if you have the cash, you can buy an option if you want in the money on Google. If it's past September, that would be my recommendation. It's going to split 20 to 1. You're going to have 20 in the money calls instead of 1 when the stock splits 20 to 1. And now you can write 20 calls against a call. Right now you can write 1 against 1. So if you buy a January Google and now start writing monthly calls against it, look at the option change to see what you can get for it, what it'll cost you versus what you can bring in. But eventually, divide by 20. You're going to have 20 calls, and then you can write 20 calls at a time. Keep that in mind. Okay, there you have it. We're down 253 on Royal Caribbean to 69.32. Finally, under $70. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh my goodness. All right, there you have it. The Dow is off right now, 484. Rocket Lab down 12. SoFi down 65 to 1004. 1001 stink bits should be in for any of you looking to steal this stuff. 1002 last trade. 996 and 991 stink bits would also be in there. 986, 981 stink bits should also be in there. We're trading at 1002 on SoFi right now as we speak. Volume 21.9 million shares right now on SoFi. GameStop 114.22 down 419. AMC down $1.16 to 16.90. Matterport 688 down 33. ME down 33 cents. Spire down 9. ATIP 188 up 13 cents. We're down 39 on Smart Rent, and we're up 19 on Sixtera to 1202. Those are the two in the green. Everyone else is red. Dow is down 509. 1001 on SoFi. Right now, 1001. $10 on SoFi. Everyone's stink bid filled. Everyone's stink bid at 1001 is filled. SoFi is getting hit at 10 right now. Volume 22.7 million at this moment. So SoFi is at its acquisition price. The $10 deal on the SPAC is where it's at now. I don't think this stock is overpriced. I think this stock is underpriced, but I can't stop it. 998 last trade, 996 stink bids, 991 stink bids, 986 stink bids, 981 stink bids have to be considered. You might get it, you might not. I don't know. Okay, there it is. Let's see here. Yep, getting hit. Got hit at 10:03. I went in half stink at 10:21. Wine 9.99. Right now, SoFi 9.99 broke through the 10 barrier like butter, hot knife through soft butter. 23 million traded. That's a light day. It's a light day, and stock is coming in. Why they're selling at 9.99? I think they're being blown out. I think people are getting whoever's selling is being forced out. They don't want to sell. They're being made to sell. That's my take on it. Just unbelievable to me. SoFi would be at $9.99 a share. Incredible. My wallet is begging me to tap out. Frumbler bought my 125 GameStop back for a dime that I wrote for $8.95. Broker took 22 in fees, but you made a nice buck, and I like it. Well done. Scoring a nice little deal. If only you could do 10 of those a week. You would be rich. Just work your way up. I still believe the price action on SoFi is artificial. You can't change my mind. We're at 10.02 and 9.99 right now. We're jumping around here at $10 like crazy. Frumbler, amazing trade, beautiful buyback, and way to go. 9.98 on SoFi. This is the low of the day on 23.4 million. We're moving some volume now on SoFi because it's catching people's eyes that it's trading as low as it is. Update now on the fear index. It's up 3.74, 12.2% to 34.22 on the VIX. The higher it goes, the more negative the market seems to be. The Dow is down 1.5%, down 518 points. S&P down 1.69%, NASDAQ down 2.1%, Russell is down 1.7%. This is on a day with a very, very strong jobs report that came out today, and we're off 518 points. They're not paying attention to the jobs report today. They're paying attention to Ukraine today and wondering if there's going to be a spread to the conflict as Russia gets more bold in its move. We don't know. Hard to say. Not sure if that's really going to happen or not. Now, if GameStop would run a little bit, we can all write some contracts. Woohoo, says Frumbler. AB, I can buy 100 SoFi right now for $1,000 and sell a $10 call for next week for $60. If you get taken out, better than putting in a savings account. And also SoFi going way up long term. Well, you know, if you want to do that, or you could buy buy for $1,000 right now, SoFi $998, and write 11s for a month or two, you might get 60, 70 cents. And that's like getting 1160, 1170 on a $10 investment. That's an even better percentage. Alberto is saying 100% there, Michael. Way to go. SoFi 998 down 70 cents, the low of 997 on 24 million now. So we've had some volume come through here as action continues to heat up on SoFi. Down 20 on Rocket Lab, 998 on SoFi, down 71. GameStop 113.66 and falling. AMC 1680 down 125. Matterport down 33 cents to 688. ME is at 371 down 35. Spire down 8 cents to 196. ATIP up 11, 186. SmartRent down 39 cents and Sixtera up 19. There we are. There it is. There it is. That's what's going on. Coyote, Michael, I think big money banks are trying to hurt the stock, in my opinion. Well, we never know. We'll, someday a book will come out. I don't know. In the meantime, we have to act on what we see and what we know. And we know the Dow's down 509, and we know SoFi is 996 right now on stink bids. Stink bids are getting hit at 996. Now it's at 1001. Boom, just like that. So there you are. WD, Bruce, my 125 GameStop March 11s are under 3. I sold them for 9. Beautiful job. 113.69 on the stock. You got a 125 GameStop that dies next Friday, and it's going to continue to depreciate. You can always buy it back right now, lock in the gain, or you can wait for further. You've made 6 of 9 already. You could buy it back, and if it does pop back to 120, you can write perhaps the March 18's 125s and probably bring in a big fat juicy premium all over again. Totally up to you how you want to handle it. Right now, 113.69, you are in the driver's seat, and I love it. Nice. Um, and it's just great to see you making, and this again is a viewer that is generating a 66% return on their money in a week. This is good stuff. Now, it's not like they only put up 900 to make the 600. They have the stock to write the contract. But this is a payoff you get for being a shareholder of this company. You are renting out your stock or offering it for someone for a certain period of time, and they are paying you handsomely for this privilege. And I say, way to go. Okay, just my regular speculation. He's saying, WD, should I buy back or wait? Again, I would look at getting them, but you know, if the shares are at this level on Monday, they'll be about 2. You can put in a stink bid right now and see if you can get them cheaper at a nice cheap price. But again, I recommend that you consider the idea that you buy them back here, you know, the lower end of your range, and then sit back. And if the shares pop up $3, $4, $5 back to break even today, you might write this same call again. And if it goes from 3 to 6, 3 to 550, sell it at 550 later today, and then look to buy it back next week for $2, $3 all over again, and just roll this thing. This one contract, you're into it. Buy it back, wait for it to pop up, sell it again, buy it back. You score $2, $3 every time. This was a $6 hit. I love it. So think about that, WD. Thanks, Bruce. You got it, buddy. Angela, now I saw SoFi dip to 10.10 in aftermarket at close yesterday, making me suspect a lower move today. $10 even on SoFi right now, down 68 cents on volume of 24.9 million at the moment. Microsoft, the Dow is off 535 points at the moment. We're off 535. S&P down 77, NASDAQ down 303. That is where we're at, kids. There are opportunities to make money even in down markets like today. There are opportunities. There you have it. SoFi $9.99, and Matterport $6.88. Rocket Lab $8.28, down 20. ATIP still holding 11-cent gain right now. Dow down 537 right at the moment. All righty, there you go. Thank you all for joining me today so far for this first session. Got about 19 minutes to go. I'm going to be on this afternoon, of course, at 3 o'clock Eastern for the final hour of trading for the week as we watch options expire later today. If you get a chance, catch my lessons. It is imperative that you watch some of these to understand what it is we're talking about here. We have got people making $600 on one call option that they're writing on their AMC. Just one call option. You know, you can. I've got people here who are making $3, $4, $5 a contract writing on apples. They're buying Apple contracts for $1,500 and bringing in $300, $400 in profits in a week or two on Apple. This is phenomenal percentage returns. Those of you who can afford to buy 10 of these deep in the money calls to write covered calls against them, you're looking at the possibility of bringing in $3,000 a week. $3 a contract is $3,000 a week to you. That's $150,000 a year. You're making more than that at work. God bless you. But if you're not, this might be the idea. But you've got to arm yourself with the knowledge. You've got to have a handle on how this is done. And the lessons I've done put together will give you a handle on how options work, how they depreciate, how they whittle into zeros, how they just crash out at the end. This is where you could be just going, I don't mind the market going down. As a matter of fact, I like it when the market goes down. I make more money. Stock goes up, you're writing calls. Stock goes down, you're buying them back. It's as simple as that. And it's just a matter of learning how these things work. AB, so if I bought 100 shares of SoFi right now, turn around and sell a $10 call for May, $1.60 premium on that move. There's $12.50 for May, also 80 cent premium. That's right. You buy the stock right now and you're offering that 80 cent premium for May, and you get taken out, theoretically, you're getting $13.30 for a $10 investment. That's a 33% return in your pocket right now, right there by May. This is March 4. This is so 60 days. Are you happy with 30% in 60 days? Look, if you write the May 10 for 160, fair enough. The stock goes to 11. That call's worth $1 book value plus time premium. But if the shares are $10 by May, those contracts are worth 25 cents. You've made $1.35 on them, 135 per 100 shares. You can afford to buy 1,000 shares of SoFi at $10 each. That's 10 grand, and you bring in 160 a contract. That's $1,600 that you're bringing in on your $10,000. Writing those 1250s, 80 cents. You can decide what month to write, what strike price to take, and then you have the option to buy them back anytime you want, either higher or lower, and to resell more contracts. So those Mays, you sell them for 80, you buy them for 40, and then you offer Junes for 80. You just added 40 cents more in your pocket because you bought them back for half the price, and you're selling for 80 again. And you can keep doing this game every month if you want. Yeah, write a 2-month contract, buy it back with a month to go. Write a new 2-month contract, buy it back with a month to go. Write another 2-month contract, buy it back with a month to go. Rinse and repeat. AB, you're getting it. Just saw my $10 buy order on SoFi go through as I was driving, so bittersweet. 10.03 on SoFi right now, low of 996. 996 low, 10.04 last trade. Franz, 23andMe, what is happening there? I do not know. Off 41 cents, 364. I do not know. It's a stockholder problem, not a corporate problem. It's a stockholder problem. But again, these stocks are just unbelievably cheap. They're not going to last down here. Eventually, they will be much higher as these companies grow their businesses, utilize their cash to acquire other companies. They will grow out of this. But at the moment, there are shareholder problems that you guys can take advantage of. SoFi now 10.06, still down 63 cents, but it's up a dime. 10.09 now, it's up 13 cents from its low of the day. There you go. Yep, folks, take a look at that. Check the options, the classes out for yourselves, and learn how this is done. 298 thumbs ups have come in today. Thank you all so much for helping out. Appreciate these thumbs ups. If you're able to throw a thumbs up our way, please do. Thank you to those of you out there earlier today who sent me messages letting me know that you're now a 1-year member, 11-month member, however long you've been part of this channel. I love getting these. Thank you, all of you who are doing, of course, doing PayPal donations and also obviously super chats. Jen and I so appreciate it. 114.44 on GameStop. The low of the day looks like 113.50, something like that. 113.49 was the low. We're now 114.37. The Dow is down 454, now 446. We're still under pressure. 10.07 on SoFi, a little better there. The only winner really is ATIP, up 14 to 189. It just bounced up from its from a little low here of 185, now back to 189. 757,000 traded on ATIP. It got an upgrade from a brokerage firm today. That's having an effect, it would appear. Smart Rent down 41 to 571. Sextera up 23 cents to 12.06. Again, thank you all of you for being here. Appreciate this. Take a look at writing options. AB, I tell you, this, if ME hits 250, I'm buying 1,000 shares. AB, Then I'll have 1,000 ATIP, 1,000 Spire, 1,000 ME rock and roll. Well, like I say, with Spire, you can write 10 options. You can easily write 10 options on Spire. You bring in $800 or $1,600. You can utilize that with whatever you want. If you buy more Spire, you're bringing in another 160 shares just from that premium. What's another contract? On the other hand, if you're buying 750 Spire contracts, good for 6 months, 8 months. I don't know what they're going for, but if they're like $3-4 instead of $10, using 1,800 to buy those, you're buying 4 of those contracts. You can write 4 more calls again against your SoFi. I mean, or sorry, this is SoFi Spire. I'm sorry, I'm misreading this. I do this from time to time. Sorry, AB has Spire, not SoFi. So I'm thinking of SoFi shares versus Spire shares. But you know what it is I mean. You do know what it is I mean. Okay. I'm pooped. So tired, guys. I've got to get a nap here, get some rest. Uncle Bruce, all of our stink bids hit this morning. I never saw them go that low, but they hit. Wow. Thanks, Uncle B. Way to go, guys. Buying on the dips every single time. You will be rewarded handsomely. Just keep buying them up. They're cheap. 445 is the down dip on the Dow right now. S&P is off 66, NASDAQ down 271. That's where we're at right now. About 1.3 to 2% on the down dip today. Oil's at 112.16, up 449 in Texas today. Join me today at 3 o'clock for the final hour of trading. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm going to sign off early here because I am having trouble keeping my eyes open. I'm so dead tired. Thank you so much for your attention and your support. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We now have 308 in the house on the thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Thank you for bringing them in every time. I love it. I will be back this afternoon for the final hour trading. We'll cover it together and see where we're at. There's opportunities here all over the place, and we just have to take advantage of them, and you'll do very well, very well. Thank you, everybody. Have a pleasant rest of your morning and afternoon, and I'll see you at 3 this afternoon for the final hour for today to see how we close everything out. All right, guys, take care from Calgary. This is Bruce and Jen. We'll talk to you real soon, guys, and we'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.